Guttala here, guys. I'm almost all having somewhere around 22 plus years of experience in the IT industry, guys. So in the last 22 years, from the last 22 years, every day I works on data. Every day I works on the data. I see the data. I process them. I analyzes them. Mainly, I call myself as a data expert. From the last 22 years, I'm working on the data, guys. I started my career in 2003 approximately. I started with some database management initially, guys. Like, you know that, right? Database management systems like some DBMS systems like Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL. At that time, guys, 23 years, 22 years back, we don't have any all these data science and all these things was not there. And after that, I moved to database administration. Like I was also expertise in performing some admin related tasks like security, automation, scheduling, high availability, backup and recover strategies of databases. These are all my expertise in the database admin, guys. After that, I moved to business intelligence. We know that about the business intelligence BI. And after BI, after working for a couple of years in BI, I moved to big data systems. And from the last 8 years, I was into the data science field, guys. So mainly my current expertise, almost all having 8 years of experience. I started in 2017, data science, AI, machine learning, deep learning. From the last 2 years, recently we know that it was started generative AI, prompt engineering. So these are all my complete expertise on the various technologies related to data science, guys. And coming to my certification programs, I already completed one certification program from IIIT Hyderabad. So it is on AI and ML. And currently, I'm doing another certification program in collaboration with Microsoft, basically on generative AI. Currently going on, still it has not yet completed, but currently I'm doing one certification program from Microsoft. So in collaboration with some great learnings, I'm currently doing one certification program from Microsoft. And these are my complete expertise, guys. And coming to my whatever my job or something like that, I was a freelancing trainer. Coming to my role, it's a freelancing trainer. I collaborated with many of the training academies, like I collaborated with XLR, Durgasoft, what who you have been joined here, and Naresh IT, Naresh Technologies or Naresh IT, Stansis, and I was working as a consultant trainer. I also handles various corporate trainings, guys. Recently, only I covered one training program at CGI, Deloitte, Future, and CGI. These are some of the recent whatever the trainings I done at recent one of the corporate levels trainings what I have done, guys. So this is about myself. I think you got to know about like almost all I'm having 22 years of experience, guys, with many of the data related expertise, guys. Okay. So coming to this training program, coming to this particular training program, guys, you know that. So all of you are here to learn something about the Gen AI, which is nothing but what we call it as a generative AI. So from the last 2 years, guys, it was started almost all I can say from the last 2 years, we can say that it was started. And from the recent in the recent year only, it has been became more and more popular. A lot of new implementations, a new kind of an implementations has been got started. And even at the corporate level, also at the enterprise level, everyone suggesting. Even recently, my brother, who is working in Deloitte, sorry, he's working in Dell, having somewhere around 25 years of experience at Dell. So he is at a very high corporate, the high management level. He was at a management level generally, but still there are asking them to the senior level management people also they're asking them to learn something about some upskill them with the data science, machine learning, AI, NLP, generative AI. Recently, at a 25 years of experience level also they started learning about these particular skills. So because the industry requires, guys, up to what extent it was succeeded, I'll tell you about the history, guys, because I'm in the industry from the last 22 years. I know I have a clear understanding about how the approaches has been started, how many years it has taken for implementation. I'll give you a complete the history about the implementation also. I'll give you the idea about that, guys. Okay. So here we are here to learn something about generative AI. So what I'm going to do here is within one class, because it is completely new to you guys. At least whenever I said data science, machine learning, AI, NLP, at least people can understand them because there are a little bit familiar terminologies has been became now. But coming to this one, that is nothing but generative AI. It's a completely new terminology. So many of the people does not, maybe they don't have a clear understanding about what is generative AI. But something happening in the industry, something happening, guys, something they are talking about generative AI. So what exactly this generative AI? To understand that, at least we require some around 3 to 4 demo sessions we require, guys. Within one class, I cannot make you understand. So today's session, a little bit idea about what is generative AI. And when it comes to which is going to be the coming couple of classes, like I'll tell you guys some little bit technology I'm going to add up them, technical aspects I will add up them, and I'll make you understand clearly what is generative AI, guys. Okay. So before going to this topic, guys, before starting with the demos, I just want to hear some few words from your side also, guys. Like, what is generative AI? So what do you know about? Whether it is correct or wrong does not matter. Basically, how much extent you are aware about, or how much extent you are thinking about generative AI. I want to know about that, guys. Anyone, guys, from your side? Can you just please come forward and just give some few points what you know about generative AI? Anyone? Yes. Anyone, guys? Just it is an interactive session, guys. It is not a video training. So try to speak, guys. No one. No one, guys. Anyone?
Yes,
Can you?
I
Yes.
want this.
Yeah. Hello. Yes.
So,
Yes.
yeah, as to my understanding of this getting AI, like we are giving some prompt and we are getting some data, like whether it is text content over videos or images. If
Okay.
we are generating some that's that
Okay.
I can understand.
Okay. Fine. It's a little bit. Absolutely, it is a little bit correct only. But let us make it a little bit more and more understanding. Anyone else, guys? Anyone want to tell about something you know about generative AI? Anyone is there? Anyone? Can you please come forward and can you just give a few points, guys? What do you think about generative AI? At least I'm not asking about what do you know about generative AI. What do you think about generative AI, guys? Okay, fine. Let me start with the discussion, guys. I'm not going at a very higher level, just at a very basic level so that you guys can understand. So let us start with a small basic level understanding only, guys. So first of all, the main thing is like the first question that most of the people try to understand is what is AI versus what is AI, first of all. So what is basically AI? So AI, generative AI. What is the difference between them? Let us try to start understand a little bit about AI, guys. So I'm talking about a little bit higher level discussions, guys. So even if you don't get any idea about or if you don't can't understand it also, because I'm going to use some terminologies of data science, machine learning, AI. I'm going to use some terminologies. Even if you are not aware about that, don't worry about that. I'll tell you guys, if you want to become a Gen AI expert, or at least we have to implement the Gen AI applications, what are going to be the prerequisites, up to what extent you require the knowledge? I'll give you some idea about that, guys. In a couple of days, I'll give you all that particular ideas. I'll explain all that particular concepts. I'll explain in a couple of days. Just try to listen the class, try to understand whatever the extent you can understand it, guys. After that, we can go for slowly the implementation. Then we can understand the things easily, guys. So first of all, what is AI? AI is nothing but simple. If you look at the definition of AI is nothing but which we call it as an artificial intelligence, which is nothing but capable to mimic the human behavior, guys. Which is capable to mimic the human behavior, guys. That is what we simply say there about the which is going to be about the AI. That means the machine or a system which can behave like a human, which can, like for example, it can take some kind of a decisions like how the humans can take, or it can just behave like how the human or how a human is going to do some kind of an artistic skills like painting. How a person or a human or how a which is going to be a painter or a which is an artist, how if how expertise he can draw the pictures, a machine also capable to, which is going to be draw that kind of a pictures. So that is nothing but what we simply call it as an AI. Just for a small timing, which can mimic the human behavior is nothing but what we simply call it as an AI. Try to understand carefully, guys. This AI is basically gets categorized into which is going to be two types, guys. Basically, it is what we simply call it as AI. There are two types of AI systems will be there, guys. So what is AI? AI can nothing but what we can say, guys. AI is nothing but simply to say that which can mimic the human behavior is what we are going to call it as this particular what we can call it as an AI systems. Okay. These AI systems, there are of two different types, guys. One is going to be what we call it as a discriminative AI. What we call it as a discriminative AI, guys, a discriminative native AI. And the other one is going to be nothing but what we call it as a generative AI. A discriminative AI and which is going to be nothing but a generative AI. Just try to understand, guys. For example, let me tell you one small examples. What is meaning of discrimination? You know what is meaning of discrimination, guys? Discriminative means the AI system is capable to differentiate between the one class and the other class. For example, I'll tell you one small example for this, guys. Don't worry, I'm going to use as a little bit higher level terminologies. If you can understand, well and good. Even if you can't understand, leave it, guys. For example, let us take a small example, guys. Let us say that what is my example here is, guys, let us take some kind of an images. Let us take some kind of an images I'm going to take in, guys. What is these images? For example, the images are going to be some kind of an, there are going to be human, which is going to be the faces. So the images are containing some faces, which is going to be the faces of the humans. Let us say that I mark them saying that this image belongs to male, this image belongs to female, like that I labeled them. So this image belongs to male, this image belongs to female, this image belongs to male, like that. There are some images are there, some not just like a 3-4 images, guys, maybe somewhere around 30,000, 40,000 images I have taken, guys, maybe somewhere around 20,000 images I have taken. These images, what is these images, guys? The humans facial images are there, which are separated. That means we already labeled them saying that this image belongs to male, this image belongs to female. I given it to a system. What I did is, guys, I'm just feeding all these images to the machines, guys. Otherwise, instead of place of system, I said it is going to be machine. Machine is nothing but a computer, guys. Now, what the machine is going to do, guys, the machine is going to tries to learn something from these images. What the machine will try to do, guys, the machine will try to learn something from these images. What it is trying to learn, guys? It is trying to learn something which can differentiate a male and a female. That means it will try to study like how the female faces looks like, how the male faces are going to looks like, or how the female hair the whatever the hairstyle will be there, what is going to be female's hairstyle, how the eyes of the females will be there, how the eyes of the males will be there. Something like this, it will try to learn something from that particular images to differentiate. How it will learn, that is secondary concept, guys. I'm not going to discuss about those things right now. Machines are going to learn something to differentiate between a male and a female image. So what is the differences? Only by looking at the face, not by looking at the type of the dress they wear, or not by using some other thing, but just by looking at the face only, they can learn something. That means the machines are learning something from these images. Mainly what they are trying to learn, why they are learning, they want to differentiate between. They want to differentiate. It is going to be differentiate between, which is going to be male and a female. So what they will do now, guys, once the machine tries to learn something from these images, now what happens now? Whenever I given a new image, for example, a new face, if I give an image, now my model or my machine is capable to identify whether the person in the image is a male or a female. That means the machine will tell that whether the person in this image is a male or a female. Sir, why do you require this? What is the need of that? Obviously, there is a lot of requirements will be there, guys. It looks like a simple example only. But in real scenarios, there is a lot of use of that. I'll tell you the examples later. So what is a discriminative models or a discriminative AI is nothing but, what is a discriminative AI, guys? The machines are going to learn something. The machines are going to learn something from the data, whatever the data we feed. Like for example, some kind of an images. Now, what the machines will do is they will learn something from that particular data such that they can differentiate between a male and a female. Once they learn something, machines will learn something from the data, guys. We simply say that machine has learned or machine has been trained to differentiate between a male and a female. So what this particular AI machine can do, guys, whenever we give some a new image, whenever I give a new image to the machine, guys, the machine will immediately say that, yes, the person in this image is a male and the person in the image is going to be female. On what basis it will say? Already the machine has been learned. That means these machines are trained only to differentiate between or a discriminate between a male and a female, guys. Not only that, guys, you can do lot of examples. We can do that. For example, something like you can apply the same thing for which is going to be medical diagnosis also, guys. For example, there are going to be some kind of a scanning reports will be there, guys. The scanning reports are also going to be images only now, guys. Let us say some kind of a scanning report is there for particular which is going to be for a particular disease or something like this. So once if you feed this data to the machine by labeling them, this is positive, this image is positive, this particular report is negative. If you label them and give it to the machines, guys, machines are again trying to differentiate. How can you identify, how can you differentiate whether it is a positive or whether it is a negative? So they are trying to learn something about how to differentiate between a positive report and a negative report. They will learn something from that particular, the images. Now what happens now? Whenever a new patient comes and a new report comes, now what the machine or what that particular AI system can do is, immediately the machine can identify, yes, this is positive and this patient is negative. On what basis? Because the machine has already learned something from the, which is going to be the old images they have been already identified. So this is what we simply call it as a discriminative AI, or simply they call it as discriminative models, what they call it as. So the machine learning models or the AI machine which was trained or which was made to learn something to differentiate between a male and a female, guys. That is what we call it as a discriminative AI. So earlier the systems are like this only, guys. The machines are saying that you feed some data to us, so we'll learn something from that particular data to differentiate between whether it is a belongs to male or a female, or whether it is going to be belongs to a positive, negative, or whether it is going to be something called as a class A or the class B. So here we call them as a classes, guys. Male and female is two classes. Positive, negative is going to be two classes. Like that, they are going to train to learn something from that particular data, guys. Now, what is generative models, guys? Later onwards, what happened, guys? The machines has been became very intelligent now. Now, what the machines are saying is, what is generative AI models, guys? Try to understand carefully. There is again same input, guys. There are going to be some, again, I'm giving some images to that particular models, guys. Which type of models now? Now the machine is not a normal discriminative AI model. It is a generative AI model. Again, the same thing, which is going to be human faces. Again, labeling that it is going to be male and this is going to be female. I given some images like this, guys. Male and female images are given. Try to understand carefully, guys. Process is the same. Again, the same human faces, but I'm giving it to which is going to be a generative AI model. Again, a generative AI model is also going to learn something from that particular images. And it is also going to be some learn or some train. But difference here is the generative AI models will learn something from the data, not to differentiate between a, it will also learn, guys, but not to differentiate a male or a female, guys. That means what it will do, guys, it will learn something. But what it is going to learn now, once the machine has been trained, guys, once the machine has been trained, what is a generative AI model can do is, you can ask a generative AI model, can you draw a female image? Can you draw a which is going to be a female image? Immediately your generative AI model can draw a new image which is going to be a female image. It is going to draw. It generates, guys. It is going to generate which is going to be a female image with the given requirements, guys. So hope you can understand a little bit difference. You can find it off, guys. So generative AI models are trained to differentiate. So we are asking the model So please try to learn how to differentiate them. They are very simple. So by looking at the facial, what is going to be the shape of the face, or which is going to be the how the hair was there, or how the eyes was there, or how the ears was there, based on that, the model will easily differentiate it. But here, the generative AI models are like something like we are giving some training to some artist. See, by looking at the face, anybody can identify, guys, whether it is a male. If I show you an image, tell me whether the person in the image is a male or a female. You can say that. Anybody can identify that. But if I ask you to, let us say that draw an image of a female, or if I ask you to draw an image of a male, so everyone cannot draw perfectly, guys. Isn't it? Everyone having a basic drawing skills, but perfectly, if you want to draw a perfectly human face looks like a human face. So only some artists can only some artists can do that. Isn't it? Who is having some little bit expertise on that, who can draw, who is having a good artistic skills, those can do them, guys. Everyone cannot perform that particular operations, right? So generative AI models are nothing but, guys, the models which are trained or which are basically learn something from that particular inputs, how to draw a new image. How to draw a new image. I think all of you have been tried all these things, guys. You know all these things, applications, we know that, guys. We use something called as an chat GPT, isn't it? So go to a chat GPT, guys, or go to which is going to be from OpenAI. I think all of you have an idea about that. It is from a company called as OpenAI. Or let us say go for which is going to be something called as an Copilot. It is going to be from Microsoft. Or it is going to be something called as a Gemini from Google. Like that, there are so many different types of which is going to be. These are going to be generative AI models, what we can do, guys. So let us open the Copilot. Let us try to open the Copilot, guys, and go to the Copilot and give some prompt. I think all of you have got some little bit. Nowadays you are talking about now, guys, prompt. We have to give a which is going to be prompt, guys. So what I'm asking the prompt, let us generate it. Let us give some kind of a, I think nowadays everyone got to know, guys, just like a, not like a Google search. We have to give a kind of a meaningful prompt. We have to get it, how the prompt will work. So whenever the user gives a question, how it is converted into a understandable, which is going to be prompt. All these things we'll learn in the actual practical implementation. Okay. Let me give a small, which is going to be prompt. We don't call it as instruction, guys. We'll give a prompt. So let us say that draw a, which is going to be a draw, you say, or generate, you say that. Draw a picture of. It is going to be draw a picture of, for example, Indian female. Indian female, let us say that. Indian female with the age, with age around, let us say 25 years, for example. Age around which is going to be 25 years, with which is going to be a smiling face. Which is going to be nothing but it is going to be a smiling face, guys. It's a smiling face. Just a small instruction I given. Draw a picture of which is going to be an Indian female with age around 25 years with smiling face. So it is taking some time. It will generate it, guys. It is generating in the background. So something process is happening. What is the process? We don't know. Okay, currently we don't know, but later on after the generative AI classes, we know what is happening inside that, how our instruction is converting internally, what is happening there. Okay, what is going to be the vector databases, all these things we can understand it, guys. So it is generating some image. We all of you know that nowadays you are seeing a lot of YouTube reels, YouTube videos, which are having AI generated, which is going to be images and videos. Nowadays, everyone has become familiar with is going to be generative AI, guys, right? So it has generated some kind of an image. It has been generated. So this image was not generated from any. It's not like a Google search, guys. Go to a Google search and find out. If I ask the Google search and ask you to find out some images, it will search the internet and it is going to pick some images. It is going to pick some images, guys. Done, guys. It has been done. So almost done there. It is a few more adjustments is taking place. So this is the image of a female. Actually, this female, it is not a real image, guys. That means this particular image, that particular person does not exist at all. See how realistic it is going to be appears, guys. Normally just appears like it is going to be a realistic image, guys. But actually, this person does not exist. For example, I say age of which is going to be 10 years. For example, let us ask for which is going to be age of 10 years, I'm asking there. So it is generating a new image, guys, now. With the age of which is going to be 10 years, it is going to be generate. Same It is going to it generates the same image, guys, with a small change in the face. The what is going to be the dress color will be same. The features will be looks like a same. The hair will be same. The smiling face will be same. Everything will be same. But just a small change in the what is going to be the so that particular face which is going to be slightly it will be different there. Let us see. Let us see. Just wait for a couple of minutes. Just wait for a couple of minutes, guys. It will generate. It is generating. It's generating, guys. So this is going to be the image, guys, and this is going to be another image what we can see with this. Yes, I'll share all of the details, guys. So today is my first demo, so don't worry. So just give me one or two couple of classes. I'm going to explain. I'm going to give you all that complete details. I'm going to give you, guys. Just to give a 1 or 2 days of time. Okay, fine. Just wait for a couple of minutes, guys. Just it is generating some, which is going to be, it is generating some image. So see, guys, almost all it is going to be looks like the same face, which is going to be almost all it is going to be the same face, a kind of a same hairstyle. Even the maximum as of my experience and my understanding, the dress color also going to be looks like the same, exactly same dress color. Everything is going to be same. Only thing is the face is going to be little bit different will be there. See there? Perfectly the same shape of the which is going to be the hair, which is going to be the same dress color it has been generated. See there? Perfectly the same dress color. There only you can understand, guys. It is an AI generated image. Right? This image looks like a little bit realistic, but this image is going to be looks like normally it is looking like an AI generated image only, guys. Right? But maximum 90% it is going to looks like an which is going to be a real human is going to be gets existing there. We can generate videos, we can generate images, we can generate audios. So what is these particular models are nothing but, guys, these models are going to be nothing but what we can say is, yeah, just give me a second, guys. Just please be online, guys. Just give me a second. Yeah, guys, let's continue, guys. So once again, so let us try to understand here is, guys, what is exactly the generative AI models are. Generative AI models are also, they are going to learn from the past. They are going to learn from the data only, guys. They are not directly generating. So how this particular copilot is generating this image, guys? Because the copilot was trained earlier, how a female face looks like, how a which is going to be Indian face looks like. If you want, you can try them, guys. But I think daily there is a limit will be there. Only 3 images or 4 images only we can generate them. Beyond that, we can't generate. If you want to generate, we have to upgrade them, guys. That is what we have to do that. Okay, just let us limit it. Right, later we are going to work with them. So how the co-pilot knows, guys, like how the female face is going to looks like, or how a Indian face is going to looks like, or how a age of 25 years and how a age of 10 years, clearly differentiating, guys. It is clearly capable to differentiate between them, guys. So how it is going to be happening here is the machines are trained earlier, guys. The machine, the co-pilot was already trained earlier, saying that this is how a which is going to be a human face is going to looks like. You can ask it, guys, draw a which is going to be an image of a dog, image of a cat. So everything we can just give all that complete information. We can give it like this, guys, so that the machines can learn something from that particular data. And based on that, what is capable to do, guys? They are capable to generate some new content. So generative AI machines are also just like normal AI machines only, but those discriminative models are trained to discriminate, to differentiate between which is going to be, which basically to differentiate between a male and a female. But generative AI models, what they are going to be those, guys, they are capable to generate some new content. That's why we call it as a generative AI models, what we are going to call it as. What they can generate, not only they can generate the images, guys, they can generate some kind of an which is going to be text, guys. If you want, we can ask the generative AI model, you can ask to add some article. For example, you want to write some, you want to give a speech at your college. So you can ask your the generative AI models to write some which is going to be some speech. So this is we have to give the proper prompt we have to give. So I want to generate a speech which is going to be some generated speech. So delivering it at a particular event. It's an annual event. So what type of audience will be there? So what type of the things that need to be included? So whether to include some kind of an technical, technological technology, which is going to be things, and which is going to be something like an giving some thanks to all the which is going to be the lecturers or the faculty members who supported them, and which is going to be appreciating with all the other friends who has supported you during that academic years, and just wishing them the wishing them with the which is going to be wishing them some kind of an for the better futures. So you give some required input, guys, they can generate some kind such kind of a text, they can generate it. So how they knows about that, how they can generate the data? So they are already trained with various which is going to be speeches that has been given across the world or across the various which is going to be audience by multiple speakers. They can generate some images, they can generate some text, obviously they can generate some videos, they can generate some audio, anything they can generate it, guys. So generative AI models are also some kind of an which is going to be some kind of a machine learning. They are also going to be some AI models only, but they are not trained to discriminate them. They, if you give some training to them, they are capable to generate some kind of a kind of a new data can be generated. So you can ask the which is going to be, there is a lot of which is going to be the tools are there, guys, right? There are so many nowadays. In YouTube you can find out a lot of which is going to be tools, you can find it off, guys. A lot of AI tools are there, right? So what is this AI tools can do, guys? If you give some few if you give some kind of an input to them, what they can do, guys, it is going to be they can generate some kind of an which is going to be some kind of an videos they can generate it, guys, right? So some of the tools, if you can see, guys, I think some popular, so many tools are there, guys. So many tools are going to be there, guys. Some of the tools I can say which is going to be, I think just give me a second. So there are going to be some kind of a lot of AI tools are going to be there, guys. I think it is going to be what is that, guys? It is going to be HeyGen.ai. So what it can do, guys, it is also going to generate some kind of a which is going to be some kind of a text that can be gets generated, guys. Some kind of a videos it can generate them. So give some prompt to them. So what is requirement? So give some which is going to be prompt, and which is going to be some kind of a select the required whatever the faces or avatars, whatever you want, we can select them. So once you select them, they can generate some kind of a video that can be generated, guys. Like some kind of a small video I have generated, guys. So maybe you can't, I'll share the audio also. Just it is going to be just a simple, just I'm showing you basically this is going to be, I'm just sharing some small video, guys. I just generated a small video. So if you want, you can hear it, guys. I'm playing the video, just a 40 seconds video was there.
Hi, everyone. I just wanted to take a moment to say a big thank you to Mr. Vamsi Krishna for providing such an amazing data science training program. Thanks to this course, I now have an excellent, in-depth understanding of machine learning and deep learning models. The concepts were explained so clearly, and every topic was backed by practical applications. The training was extremely well structured, and what really stood out was the interview preparation support. It gave me the confidence and skills I needed to crack my interviews. If you're looking to get into data science or advance your skills, I highly recommend training with Mr. Vamsi Krishna. Thank you once again for your mentorship and guidance.
Fine, guys. So this is a video which I have just generated. Within a few seconds of time, this video has been got generated, guys. So how this has been, it's an AI generated tool. It is going to be AI generated video, what we can see that. So like this, we have a lot of which is going to be in AI tools are there. So here in our course curriculum, we are not going to learn about how to use the AI tools, guys, but how to generate such type of AI tools we are going to generate it. But we are not going to generate that kind of a higher level tools we are not going to generate. Mainly our concentration is going to be on the a type of generation called as which is going to be, I'll tell you a little bit more details about them, guys. These are nothing but what we call it as large language models. Mainly our concentration is going to be on the large language models, which in short we are going to call them as LLMs, what we are going to call it as, guys. So our complete training program is not to generate the videos because that requires a very high computing power systems are required, and a little bit very high level expertise is going to be required, guys. But here we are going to generate which is going to be something called as a large language models, what we can call it as. So what is large language models? They can only generate some kind of a text. They are capable to generate some kind of a text. They can generate it, guys. How to use them and all these things, I will tell you the applications later. Just like your chat GPT application. So whether it's going to be chat GPT, all these are going to be comes under LLM models. So right now you don't know what is happening internally. We are giving some input, we are getting some output. But how that output is going to be gets coming, in which scenarios they can be used in the real applications. Nowadays, what the companies are looking for. So why the companies are asking the people, their employees to learn something about the generative AI. What purpose it is going to be there. I'll tell you some different scenarios I'm going to tell you guys. So just try to understand the difference between a traditional generative AI models and generative AI models, guys. Both of them are going to require some kind of a training is required, guys. But the normal traditional discriminative models, AI models, are trained only to differentiate between whether he is a male or a female or whether it is positive, negative. But generative AI models are also trained, guys. But what they are going to be doing here is after the training, you don't give any image and ask them, tell me whether it is a male or a female. But if I ask the image, when I ask the model to generate an image of a female image, it has generated a female image. Or if you want, I can ask it to a text, or I can ask it to generate a video, or I can ask it to generate an audio file. They are capable to generate that kind of an application, guys. Okay, how they will work and what they will do internally, all these things we'll discuss in our previous, I will come in the coming actual classes, we'll look into them. But to understand this particular, whatever the generative AI models, what is going to be some prerequisites? So obviously there is going to be some concept called as, mainly these LLM models are working based on some kind of a concept called as a neural networks, which is going to be part of a deep learning concept, guys. So don't worry, even if you don't have any idea about deep learning, it is not going to be gets required. We don't require. Why? Because we are not going to develop this particular network from the, which is going to be this application from the scratch. We are not going to develop from the scratch, guys. We don't give the training. We don't going to evaluate it and all these things we are not going to do, guys. There are so many open sources. There are going to be so many open sources, which is going to be, the frameworks are going to be available, guys. Right now, you cannot understand completely, guys, but there are going to be so many open source frameworks are going to be available, guys. Like, for example, we are going to use this, most popularly, we are going to use this, which is going to be something called as an LangChain. Okay, obviously, we are going to use this something about the OpenAI, or we are going to be using something called as a Llama, which is going to be from Meta. Okay, OpenAI, we know that, guys. ChatGPT, OpenAI, that is going to be that one. LangChain is from a company called as an LangChain. Llama is going to be from Meta. So we are having something called as an Olama. So there are so many different types of open source frameworks are there, which is capable to generate or which is capable to, which is going to work on this particular LLM models, guys. You don't develop it from the scratch. There are going to be so many which is going to be this kind of an which is going to be open source communities are going to be there, guys. So we work with something called as an which is going to be LangChain. Obviously, we know that it is going to be openai.com. And apart from that, we are having something called as an Llama. It is going to be Llama, guys. Llama is going to be a very popular, which is going to be this one. So it is going to be Llama, guys, which is going to be Llama from Meta. We can see, which is going to be some kind of an open source AI models, what we can develop them, guys. So many things are going to be there. Even we are having something called as an, all these things we'll see it later, guys. So it is going to be something called as an Olama. So these are going to be a different types of, which is going to be open source communities, guys, which will help you to develop this kind of an application, guys. Yeah, sorry guys. There was a small, just there is an issue was there. It's when the system has been hanged up. Just give me a second, guys. Just give me a second. It was again responding. Just give me a second. Please be online, guys. I think it is a problem with the Zoom. I think it has been hanged up for me. So let me just relog in once again, and just I'm trying to relog in. Just give me a second. Right, guys. So I just logged in from a different system. So once again, we'll continue the discussion once again, guys. Just give me a second. Right. Okay, guys. Anyhow, just I'm trying to make you understand like what is the difference between a normal traditional AI systems and what is going to be generative AI system. So this is a different system, guys. So whatever I have done, now it was actually able to access them, but I just want to continue here because again I have to relog in once again there. Just give me a second there. Okay. So what I'm trying to explain here is, guys, so generative AI models are nothing but the models which are trained to generate some kind of a new data or a new content they can generate, guys. They can get capable to generate some kind of a text. They can generate some kind of an images, which we have seen just now, how I generated images. Not only generating of images, how I generated videos with the help of some AI tools. And apart from that, some kind of an audio, whatever you want, we can generate them, guys. But as I said that in our training program, we are going to learn how to create something called as an LLM models, guys. So what are these LLM models are there, guys? These LLM models are trained only to generate some kind of an, which is going to be some kind of a new text. So what type of text they can generate and all these things. In a couple of classes, I will give you some introduction regarding that. But the machines, the models are trained to generate some kind of a new content, guys. That is what we call it as generative AI models. And what I'm saying is we don't require any knowledge of any machine learning or deep learning models. We don't require. Just if you have a little bit idea, that is going to be just a minute. So everyone should no need to have any knowledge of all the things, guys. If you have a little bit knowledge of some basic ideas, that is going to be sufficient, guys. So I'm using some open source modules like which is nothing but like what are the modules I'm going to use, guys? We are going to use some kind of an open source frameworks like which is going to be, as I said there, it is going to be something called as an Langsmith. We'll discuss about the practicals, guys. Langsmith is there. Obviously, we are going to use OpenAI, the OpenAI platform. And apart from that, which is going to be Llama, which is going to be from Meta, Olama. These are all going to be different types of, which is going to be the frameworks we are going to use it. Even Gemini Pro and all these things. Up to some extent, we are going to use some free open source tools, guys. But you have to spend if you want to develop because some frameworks are not free of cost, guys. For example, if we want to use OpenAI frameworks, we have to pay some money for that. So at least it is no need to pay much. We have to pay somewhere around $5 to $10. We have to pay, guys. Basically, so you have to spend a little bit extra money, guys. Maybe somewhere around $20 to $25. We have to some spend extra because all the frameworks does not comes at a free of cost. So what type of scenarios we are going to discuss in our training program? I'll discuss about them. Okay, I'll discuss about those application in the couple of classes, guys. So don't worry, but just I want to, as an introduction part, so I just want to make you understand what is a generative AI models, the models which are trained to generate some kind of a new content. So how they will work and all these things in coming classes, we'll discuss about them. And even in our training program, we are going to learn how to develop mainly large language models, which are capable to generate some new text. How to make them generate it and all these things, we are going to discuss about that. Obviously, we require some kind of an prompt, which is going to be the linking of prompts and all these things are required. A little bit of which is going to be prompting and all these things also what we are going to learn it. So what is about our course curriculum, all these things, I'm going to give an idea about that. But some people has been asked for like what is going to be the duration. It will be somewhere around 3 to 4 months of 3 months is there, guys. 3 to 4 months is going to be the duration, guys. And it is going to be nothing but it's going to be a week. It is going to be Monday to Friday classes, guys. So Monday to Friday, guys, this is going to be the Monday to Friday classes. Totally, it will take somewhere around 3 to 4 months. It is going to take, guys. So along with the course fees, you have to spend some extra money, which is approximately $25, which does not make that much. Somewhere around $25 we have to spend extra, guys. 25, 20 to $25 we have to spend. Okay, so today is my first introduction class, guys. So I just don't want to take more on the first class itself. So today I just given some idea about what is generative AI models. More and more little bit details in coming demo classes, I'll discuss about them. So I want to give you some 5 to 10 minutes of time because everyone having a lot of questions, guys. So if you have any questions, feel free to discuss and also give my contact number also. So later after the class, off the class, you can discuss with me personally also. Right now, I'll give you a 5-10 minutes of time, guys. I have a 5-10 minutes of time. I'm just leaving for your Q&A. So if you have any questions, guys, feel free to discuss, guys. You can unmute yourself and you can speak, guys. Anyone, if you have any questions, please unmute yourself or you can use the chat window, guys, if you have any issue with your audios. Right. Anyone, guys, any questions from your side if you have?
Hi, sir.
Yes, hi.
Hi, sir. I have a questions.
Yes.
I have 6 year experience in database backend. Backend developer. So what it will be work in my field?
How it will works to your field means, see, I'll explain. Please don't mind because see, in the first class itself, I cannot give a complete implementation and understanding about that. So if you just wait for a couple of days, I'm going to tell you what type of scenarios where we can implement these generative AI applications. Okay. But for a basic level, I'll tell you, just a basic level, I'm going to tell you. Like, for example, in terms of that means your experience, I'm telling that. For example, you are saying that you are working on a backend database, right? You are saying backend database?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So let us say that this is your database. Okay, fine. For example, obviously we know that database is going to contain some kind of a data. It's obviously contains some data. We are going to query the data from this particular database to generate some kind of a report requirements, etc. So generally you tell me, for example, if client is there, if client gets a requirement, they want some report or they want some data from this report. Generally what the client will do, can you just give me some few points from your side?
Yes. There are large data and we have to find out the data by writing programs and generate that report.
Absolutely. So client does not have any requirement. So client will approach you, for example, as a developer or as a programmer. Client is going to approach you and you are going to do that. So client will approach you as a programmer. We are going to write some query and going to generate a report. So now in coming future, what is happening here is, now if you learn some kind of a generative AI application, what will happen here is, this is going to be something like what I can simply say that is, I will generate some kind of an LLM model. I will develop some kind of an LLM model is going to be gets given. So now what the client can do is, the client can just give some kind of an input in a normal. He know not to write any query. For example, can you tell me what is going to be the total sales quantity for the year, which is going to be for the year 2024. If the client gives a requirement like this, the LLM model is capable to convert this query into which is going to be a kind of a query. and it is going to be internally executes the query and directly gives the report internally by writing the query by itself only. So that means we are giving a better experience to the client. The client need not to, then you obviously get a doubt. Sir, if I develop an LLM model, then what is my requirement here now? I may lose my job because everything I have to write it, I'm writing. If I give it like this to the client, so client requires them, but every time there is no mandatory that it is going to be more accurate. So we are giving a better experience to the client so that some kind of an application, not all complex queries, for basic applications, directly the client can interact directly with the LLM models. He will simply say that, tell me the sales quantity for the year 2024. Automatically, this is going to tells you automatically that will be internally converted into a query and the result is going to be directly given to the client. So a better experience and a kind of an interactive experience to that particular client. Nowadays, the applications are moving like that. So that is the way you can implement this kind of an LLM models. Okay. So just for an idea, I have given you in terms of your requirement, but in couple of classes, I'll give you more and more requirements, more and more scenarios I'm going to explain in the coming classes. I'll explain them.
And sir,
Okay.
one question.
Yes.
Sir, one question left.
Yes.
Can you switch our career from database to AI?
It's nothing really. There is nothing related to what is your prior experience. Anyone can come and they can learn this particular generative AI concepts. They can learn. Only thing I requirement is a little bit maths understanding. I'm not saying that you should know the maths. A little bit mathematical understand the maths. Maths understanding is required. And a little bit programming code, a little bit programming skills in Python are required. Even if you don't have the Python skills, no worries. But a little bit of maths, if you can understand them, that is going to be sufficient for me. I can make you to implement all these generative AI applications. Because we are not developing, I told you, no, I'm not developing from the scratch. Everything is going to be some pre-trained models will be there. We are going to use that kind of a pre-trained models using that Langsmith or OpenAI, Llama, Olama, Grok, something we are going to use the models, and using that we are going to develop this LLM models. And in our class, we have this kind of one example is there in our system, in our actual training program. So it is developing an LLM model which can communicate with the database systems. We have some kind of an implementation in our actual training program. We have these implementations. Okay.
Sir, what will be the salary expectation after 3 years experience?
So it depends because say no. It's we can't say that. It depends on the various companies and all these things. But my point is, it is not like an in the online and in the ads we don't have that much hype is not there. Paying some which is going to be 1 crore for prompt engineering. We don't have that much hype is there. It depends on the company. It also depends on your expertise. And one more thing is, see, up to what extent you are implementing, that also depends on that. So really, are you going for a complete productivity? Then there is going to be higher paying jobs will be there. Are you implementing only up to prototype? Then it is going to be little bit less salaries will be there. So I cannot say any guarantee that this much will be the salary. See, what I can suggest here is whatever your current salary will be there, maybe a little bit as of now, whenever you are switching the job, or let us say if you are switching the job from your current role, maybe a little bit, obviously a little bit hike will be there. But when you can find the main advantages, the advantage you can find out here is after a couple of years of experience, then you will get a very good opportunities and almost double your salaries. It depends on that. How much extent this can be implemented in the real time, depending on that, it will be there. Because currently the companies are implementing most of the prototypes only. That means they are only just implementing only for POCs. How much extent they will be implemented? We are not sure about that. So obviously the companies are looking for the people who are having the knowledge. So that is the reason why people are coming and learning some up to generative AI. But implementation is there. But how much extent is going to be depending on the requirements. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Fine. Yes. Anyone else, guys? Any questions from your side?
Good evening. My name is Nagarjuna.
Yes, Nagarjuna. Yes. Good evening.
So after completion of this course, will we be able to develop a modules like ChatGPT, Gemini?
Yes, absolutely. But not that much higher level. That is a very huge data set, right? For example, for your company's data, see, simple. For your company's data or for
like
your
at least
company's...
it is in microservices
module. Yes. Absolutely. We can develop it. We'll see all of them practically. So at least we are going to see somewhere different scenarios. We are going to do some kind of, and mainly our concentration is going to be on rack systems. Mainly we're going to depend on the rack systems, developing a Q&As and developing a Q&A applications, interacting with the databases, tuning of LLM models, using some kind of an Hugging Face models are there. So obviously not by the end of the course also, at least by the middle, at least, because we don't have any basics, fundamentals and all these things, we don't waste the time here now. A little bit of Python will be there, a little bit of NLP will be there, then we'll start with the which is going to be these models what we are going to develop it. So absolutely in a position to develop some kind of an which is going to be small, not small, for your industry requirement or enterprise level requirement of which is going to be the LLM models, we are capable to implement them.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay.
One more question.
Yes.
And actually, I'm a Java background.
Okay.
And I explored the Python basics. It is like similar. And apart from that, what are the main concept or frameworks in the Python need to explore?
Basically, yeah. So a little bit prerequisites are there. I will tell them, like you have a normal, as of my knowledge means you explored Python means the basics of Python, all the concept of list, all these things you may have learned about that. But little bit of which is going to be little bit of pandas. Okay, a little bit of which is going to be the data visualization. Little bit, don't require much about that. I will explain them. No need to worry about that. A little bit of machine learning, a little bit of neural networks. If you know them, you need not to go for implementation. How a machine learning model works, how a neural network works, if you know that, that is sufficient with that. You need not to go for any implementations. Because mostly we are going to use the pre-trained models, we are going to use them. That's why we don't require to develop everything from the scratch. From the basic ideas, if we have it, that is going to be sufficient for that. Okay. Okay, fine. Right, Nagarjuna, any more questions? Right. Okay. So any more questions, guys, if we have?
Yeah, hi, sir. I have one question.
Yes.
So I'm working as a DevOps engineer.
Okay,
So will it helpful for infra automation? Like let's say we have Terraform and other tools, IACC tools are there, which will perform the automation. So complete end-to-end automation is like we are running Jenkins job and then we're just automating in the infra using the Terraform code. Or let's say CDK, SDK is there for like other clouds.
Okay, but
so is it possible like to write LLM to complete
no.
all things?
LLMs can't do that. So whatever you are talking about is going to be little bit higher level, where we want to go for something called as an AI agents and all these things we have to use basically. So as of my knowledge, whatever, because I was not into that DevOps and all these things, I was not familiar with that. But with my experience, I can say that it is LLM models are only just they are trained to, which is going to be generate some kind of a new content or give some suggestions to you. Only those things it can do that. They can't automate the things. So if you want to go for that kind of a thing, we have to go for a little bit higher level call as an what we call it as AI agents or agentic AI, what we are talking about that. So that is the next level, which is going to be the next level application. But LLM models are not like that. They can't automate your work. They can only just give some suggestion. For example, your past documents is there. For example, in a company, we have a lot of documents are there, right? So give all the documents to the LLM model. So if you ask a question, for example, you ask a question, how to automate it, then it can give you some kind of a suggestions. It can give you some step-by-step procedures, how it is going to, how to automate the things with the help of whatever the previous documents it has been got learned from that. It can't do that. It can only give you the suggestions for that.
Okay. Then we'll go for agentic AI, like agentic
you
AI
have to
or
go
something.
for agentic AI or AI agents we have to do if you want to automate the things. That basically like this. But how much extent it can do your work means that we have to do a little bit POCs and all these things we have to do that, because they are going to be different. Up to now extent we implemented those for some different applications, but as part of the DevOps engineering or a DevOps role, how extent it is going to be means currently some lot of POCs are going on. So based on the results, we can estimate that how much extent it can be gets used. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Any more questions, guys? If you have any more. Okay. I'll do one thing, guys. I'm just sharing my number here, guys. In the chat window, it's 80080771117 is my contact number. If anyone having any further doubts or any further questions, So you can just feel free to reach me on my WhatsApp number. So just text me on my WhatsApp number, guys. Not only now, even in any future, if you require any kind of a suggestion or any help or any information you require from my side, you can feel free to reach me, guys. I shared my number as well as even my email ID also I have shared in the chat window. So please make a note of this, guys. And yeah, course duration is 3 to 4 months. I said that. Course content, I will explain it, Naresh. Tomorrow I'll show you the content is there. I have a small PDF, I have a small PDF file is there. So I'll show you that particular, I'll share the PDF file tomorrow. So please attend tomorrow's session. So attend a couple of classes, guys, demo sessions. After that, you can take a decisions whether you can learn this generative AI, whether you can fit to this particular role or not, or how much extent you can learn, or how much extent you can expertise on this. All these things will get some clarity about that. Okay. So give me a 1 day of time, Naresh. I'll give you the course content by tomorrow. But as of now, duration is going to be 3 to 4 months. It will take it, Naresh. Okay. Fine. And I already shared my number here, guys. 80080771117. Already there in the chat window. And my number, my email ID also, guys. If you want, you can write a text or you can write a mail to my mail ID, srivi.guttula@gmail.com, guys. Okay. So that's it for the today's class, guys. And thanks all of you guys for attending the demo session. Hope I'll see you tomorrow at the same time and with the same link, guys. Okay. Thanks all of you once again, guys. Right, guys. Hope all of you don't have any questions. I'm ending the session, guys. Okay, then.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys. Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Yeah. Hi, guys. Yeah. Hi, guys. Good evening, all of you. Hope all of you can hear me. Anyone, guys, can you please confirm? Is I'm audible, guys?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Right. So let's wait for okay, fine. So let's continue, guys. So in the last session, I've taken the introduction part of, just an introduction part of generative AI. So maybe some of you, I can see some names, yesterday you have joined, maybe some new names I can see. Maybe you have joined for the today's class. So don't worry about that yesterday's class, guys. So it's only just an introduction part. I just started with a basic introduction, like what is generative AI? So a little bit to understand the concept. I given some small examples I have just given. So what is the different types of AI systems are there? So as I said that an AI system is nothing but which can mimic the human behavior. That means which can behave just like a human. But as I said that there are different types of AI models will be there. One is nothing but discriminative models, and the other one is nothing but generative models. So both requires a kind of a training. So yesterday I shown you something called as a discriminative models, guys, right? It is going to be discriminative. It's going to be discriminative models. I have just discussed about that. And second one is going to be nothing but what we can say, as I said that it is going to be a generative models. Discriminative AI models and generative AI models, what we are going to have it generally. What are these two different models, guys? So discriminative models are nothing but the models which are trained to differentiate between one class and the other class. For example, I said that in example, so we can give some kind of an images to the model and we can make the model to learn something to differentiate whether the person in the image is a male or a female. Generative models are also, they are also trained, guys. They also require some kind of a training is required. But for what purpose there are trained, guys? Not to differentiate between a male or a female. it is capable to generate some kind of a new content it is going to generate, guys. It generate a new image. So yesterday I just shown you one small example using the Microsoft Copilot I shown you guys. So using the Microsoft Copilot, what we did is, guys, we generated a female, Indian female image, how the Indian female looks like at the age of 25 and the age of 30 with a smiling face. Age of 25 and age of 10. So we said that. So immediately it generated some kind of an image was generated, guys. It looks like almost all just like a real human, but it is not a real human, guys. Actually, that face does not exist. That particular person does not exist at all. It generated some kind of an image, which is nothing but an AI generated image is there. So that means the systems which are capable to generate some new content, the systems are nothing but which are capable to generate some kind of a new content. Those type of systems or those types of models are called as a generative models, guys. So they can generate some kind of a text, they can generate some kind of an images, they can generate some kind of an audio, videos, they can generate a lot of things, guys. Isn't it? They can generate. So if you give some kind of a prompt, automatically they can. So whenever we give a prompt, guys, whatever the prompt we have given, so automatically they will generate some kind of a new content it is going to be generated. So mainly in our training program, we are going to learn something called as a large language models, LLMs, what we are going to call it as, guys. So what are these LLMs, guys? LLMs are nothing but which are trained on a huge corpus of data. Some textual data they was trained. So whenever we ask some few questions, like you know that, right, ChatGPT or a Google, it's going to be Gemini or Microsoft Copilot, whatever it may be. If you give an input to them, that is nothing but a prompt. So they can answer like a Q&A. If you ask any question, they will answer just like a Q&A. Not only that, even if you give a prompt, it can generate some kind of a new content also. It is going to be generates, guys. So yesterday I just shown you one small example for that. Just I used a ChatGPT or the thing Google Copilot I have used. So Google Copilot, what it can do, guys, it can generate, it is capable to generate. It generated also the female face, Indian female face of age 25 with a smiling face. I said that immediately it generated. It taken some time. So internally some process is taking place, some process has taken place, and it generated one AI based image that has been got generated, guys. So that is what we discussed in the last session, what we discussed about that. So simple to say that generative AI models can generate some kind of a new content. So it will take some time, guys, to understand the concept. So don't worry. So my main target in this introduction session is nothing but to make you understand those things only, guys. So I don't want to, which is going to be, I'm not going to start with any implementations. I'm not starting with any, which is going to be conceptual understanding, guys. Just basically to understand what we are going to learn in our training program. Okay, so what are the prerequisites? As I said that, if you want to understand this particular so-called as generative AI, a little bit of data science is required, but don't worry. It's not mandatory to learn it, guys. If you know a little bit about data science, machine learning, and deep learning models, so how they will work, how the LLM models works internally, we can understand them. Even without knowing them also, we can understand them, guys, because we are not going to develop any application from the scratch. We are not going to develop anything from the scratch, guys. We are having some kind of a pre-trained models. We are going to work with them, guys. We are having some kind of a pre-trained models. We are going to have with them, guys. So don't worry. I'm going to show you once again in the actual classes. We are going to do that. So from where we can get these pre-trained models, guys? There are so many open source communities are there. So one of them, which all of you know that, is nothing but OpenAI. So we know the familiarity with the OpenAI. So recent years, OpenAI has become very popular, guys, with the introduction of ChatGPT, right? So that's just don't worry. Just you can log into the OpenAI account, guys. There is nothing matter about that. Go to openai.com. So go to openai.com. Normally we'll log in for ChatGPT, guys. Okay, but I'm not going to work with the ChatGPT. But there are different types of which is going to be applications and apps are going to be gets available, guys. So don't worry about that. So I'm going to discuss all these things in the coming classes. Later, I'm going to discuss about all these applications in the later classes. I'm going to discuss about this, guys. So can you see something called as an API platforms are available, guys. So log into the API platform. Simple login, guys. Don't worry. Just we have to log into which is going to be API login. With your normal Google account, you can connect, guys. With just the help of your Google account, you can connect with them. You don't require to, which is going to be work on it. See there, guys. There is going to be a lot of, so later we'll discuss about all these things, guys. Don't worry about that. See there, core concepts, text generation. They can do some kind of a text generation. They can do. See there, they are using some kind of a model called as, which is going to be GPT 4.1. They are using. This is going to be the input. What we can see, guys. See there, the input is going to be write a one sentence, which is going to be a bedtime story about a unicorn. So once if you give the input, guys, this model GPT 4.1 is going to generate some kind of a text generation is going to be taken place. We'll see them, guys, how to call these applications. All these things we are going to see it in the later classes. We are going to see them. So choosing a model, guys. So there are going to be some different types of models are going to be there. I'll show you the models here, guys. Don't worry, there are going to be some different types of models and all these things. We'll be having a lot of different types of models, concepts, and all these things will be there, guys. So we'll see them later. Just I'm going to show you. So we don't develop anything from the scratch, guys. We are not going to develop anything from the scratch, guys. What we are going to do is we are going to use some kind of what we can say is there are some pre-trained models are already there. These are generally what we are going to call them as a pre-trained models, guys. So what is these pre-trained models are going to do is they are available for us. You can just use that particular models, and what we can do is we can access those particular models for our implementations, guys. So a lot of different types of which is going to be a lot of things will be there here, guys. Normally we are not going to use a chat GPT or something like this. We are not going to use that, guys. We are going to use a lot of which is going to be a lot of models and all these things what we are going to be having, guys. So see that there are different types of which is going to be some kind of the tools and all these things what we have them, guys. So for example, if we talk about audio, create a speech, create a transcription, create a translation. So if you want to translate anything, guys, for example, I want to create some kind of a speech, create a transcription is there. Image generations are going to be there. Create an image. So create an image variation. The image generation response is going to be there. Some kind of a word embeddings are going to be there. These are what we call it as word embeddings, what we are going to call about that. So don't worry about that. Just log in with your account, guys. So nothing happens there. Just log in to, you can log into your, which is going to be the chat, the OpenAI community with your normal, what we can say, with your normal, your Google account, you can connect, guys. So see there are so many different types of models, what we can see. All models are there, but some models we have to pay some money for them, guys. There are going to be some kind of we have to pay some money for that. So see, image generation models are going to be there. GPT image 1, DALL-E 3, so DALL-E 2, these are all going to be some kind of a models. Text to speech are going to be there. So kind of an embeddings whenever you want to do that. So using these particular models, how to get this model, give them input and get the responses, guys. That is what we are going to work on it. So we don't require to know about any language is nothing, but we have to use Python language we are going to use, guys. So that is the reason why we are going to use this kind of thing. See, there are some comparisons are there. So it is going to be, there are different types of ChatGPT 4.1, 4.5, 3.5, 4.5 is going to be available. So like this, we are having a different types of which is going to be, the models are there. Using that particular comparison, you decide, guys, which models we have to use and all these things, what we can do that. So we uses this OpenAI models we are going to use, but we have to spend some money for that. $5 we have to spend, guys. So it is going to be, gives you 1 million tokens it will give you. So no worries. So $5 to $10 we have to spend some money because they don't come, all of them does not comes at a free of cost. So this is going to be one open source framework or open source communities, which we are going to be using them, guys. So a lot of things, even just today, some news we have seen, some Chinese company has released a kind of a new open source they have been got released. So every day to day, almost all within a week, 1 or 2 open source communities are coming, guys. A lot of open sources are there. These are all comes under the open sources libraries. OpenAI is one thing, guys. Okay. And apart from that, we are also going to use something called as, which is going to be, yesterday I told you about this, LangChain. So there is another, which is a framework called as, which is going to be LangChain, guys. Even this is also very popular. We can also log in, just normal login, guys, with your normal Google account, you can connect with them. Just a minute. It's a normal Google account you can connect, guys. So we are not going to work with, which is going to be, we are not going to work with any development part, guys. We call it as generative AI development. We are developing the Gen AI applications, but you are not developing from the scratch, guys. We are going to be already have a pre-trained models are there. You can use some kind of a pre-trained models and all these things. What we are going to do that. Very interesting, guys. Basically, these are very interesting topics. So real time, real scenarios, how they works in the real applications, how the chat GPT's application is working. So we'll understand all these techniques. Normally, we are giving some input to the chat GPT, we are getting a response. But what is internally happening, nobody knows about that. If you know these particular concepts, we can understand how the internal process, what is our prompt is getting converted. All these things we can do that. So here also same thing, guys. We have something called as an models. Here also we are having a lot of models are there, guys. See there are a lot of models are there. Gemini 2.5, it is going to be Pro is there. So that is going to be the prompt price is equal to this much, guys. We have to pay some money for that. Okay. So this very simple. Just if you click on the clone, immediately one, which is going to be one, the model is going to be gets immediately ready to use, guys. You need not to write anything at all. See there, which is going to be Gemini 2.5, Gemini 2.5 Flash. Okay, Amazon, which is going to be Bedrock is there. Okay, O4 Mini, the Chat GPT, the OpenAI communities, which is going to be GPT 4.1, GPT 4.1, which is we can see Gemini 1.5 Pro. So all these are going to be so many different types of, which is going to be, there are all comes under the pre-trained models are there. So you need not to worry about all these things. So somebody is asking about, sir, do you require some kind of a maths is required? So a little bit, guys. You need not to worry. Nothing is required, guys. Just with a fresh, which is going to be no need of worrying about anything like, sir, I don't know Python. I don't have any idea about programming languages. I will teach them, guys. So up to what extent, even myself, guys, frankly, I'm saying that I was not a Python expert. But I know up to what extent. That means related to the data science, AI, machine learning, NLP, okay, generative AI, whatever the extent of the Python is required, I can handle it, guys. So for that, I don't require anything logical thinking or programmatical skills are not required. Python is all about libraries, guys. Just you have to, for every implementation, there is one library will be there, guys. Just you have to download that particular library and you have to work on it. Just we have to know that library names. So whenever the Python has to interact with these, there are some libraries or modules will be there. For example, if you want to work with, this LangChain, so there is going to be some kind of a Python module called as an LangChain module is going to be there. Just download the LangChain module, so you can develop all the which is going to be applications with the help of the LangChain, guys. So LangChain, which is going to be nothing but OpenAI, one of the very popular repository, guys. Maybe some of you guys has heard about this one, guys. It is nothing but Hugging Face. We call it as the Hugging Face community, guys. So here also we can create some kind of an Hugging Face spaces. We can create them. You can also deploy your own models. You can also train your own models, and we can work with them, guys. So see there in Hugging Face spaces also, we have a lot of which is going to be a pre-trained models are there, guys. I think yesterday you are thinking at a very high level, guys. So maybe I require some development, I require some coding, I have to require some programmatical skills. Nothing is required, guys. See, whenever you want to go for some kind of an image generation, so these are going to be a lot of which is going to be an image generations, which is going to be the libraries are going to be there here, guys. See, guys, how many are there? Thousands of which is going to be these libraries are there. Image generation is there. Video generation is going to be there. Just what you have to do, guys, you have to download them and you have to get into your system and you have to work with them, guys. That's it. Apart from that, nothing is going to be there. See there are a lot of which is going to be some kind of all these are going to be pre-trained models, guys. Text generations are there. So whenever you want to do some kind of a text generation, so we are going to use, this is going to be something what we are going to be gets using, guys. See there, all of them you can understand. Language translation is there. 3D modeling is there, object detection is there, text analysis is there, image editing is there, some kind of a code generation, question and answering is there, data visualizations can do. See, guys, how many are there? Background removal, guys. I'll show you some examples. So we know that, guys, background, we are having a lot of tools are there. I want to remove the background. So whenever you want to remove the background, guys, we have a remove background, which is going to be some kind of which is going to be models will be there. Nothing to do, guys. Just download this library, give some input to that particular image, guys. Immediately, just the background is going to be gets removed, guys. It removes that particular background, guys. That is what is going to happen here, guys. Okay, so don't worry. Using just a minute. Yeah, you can see, guys. Normally, you can also test it here also, guys. If we just give some image here now, automatically what it can do is it can just remove that particular background from there, and we can work on this, guys. So we can work like a tool like this, or as well as we can also work, which is going to be something like what we can see. So this is going to be the image, guys. So simply if you can submit that particular image, guys, just if you submit it, the processed image is going to be something which is going to looks like this, guys. So the file output and what is going to be the URL input and all these things we can give. So just we have to get this particular, whatever that particular app is there, not app, it is going to be a train model is there. So get that particular model and we have to work with them, guys. So we'll see that later. Right now it is not required. I just don't want to make you confused with all of them. So for the timing, leave it, guys. Later we are going to see how to get these particular models into your system, how to get them, and how to work on this particular application. So no need of any training, guys. So basically we are trying to understand this kind of an applications only, guys. See, guys, a lot of options we are going to be having there. How many options we are having? Can observe carefully, guys. How many are there? See, guys, how many are there, guys? It's never ending. It is almost like a never ending application, guys. So we can see something called as which is going to be for everything. Do you want to generate any music? Music generation is there. Text summarization is there. Sentimental analysis is there. Do you want to develop a chatbots? Okay, some kind of a visual Q&A you want to create it. Document analysis. Okay, so just now I told you about which is going to be something called as an background removal. Voice cloning. You can clone your voice, guys. So once you can clone your voice, you can see a lot of audios. We are going to see it now in the YouTube. You can see a lot of which is going to be like Trump is speaking. So just it is going to be nothing but cloning of voice, guys. So once if you clone your voice, if you just give the input, guys, it is going to clone your voice. So with that, whatever the text you give it, guys, automatically it is going to speak that it's going to speak that particular whatever the text you have given with that particular voice is there. Even I can clone my own voice. Once if I clone my voice, guys, I can just give some kind of a text and I can do that. And you know that if I clone the voice, what I can do. So with that clone voice, I can just speak it, guys. I can just make a call to any one of my relatives just like me, and I can ask some money. Anything I can do it, guys. Isn't it? But up to some extent, what extent they will work, how to handle that is going to be. If I clone my voice, if anyone can clone my voice, guys, and what they can do, guys, they can generate some text. They can just generate some kind of an audio. So asking some kind of a money. So if they got to know about some of my friends' numbers and etc. So they can call them saying that I'm Vamshi. So the voice also will be same as it is mine. It will exactly clones it. And we can ask them to say that, so I want some money. So please send this money to these particular numbers. Happen, guys. It's going to be a lot of cases are happening there now, guys. So sorry, guys. So that kind of an which is going to be what we can do. So they can also do some kind of a code generations. So if you ask which is going to be if we ask you to write a Python code, they can write in, guys. See, guys, object detection examples are there. 3D modeling is going to be there. Speech synthesis is there. It's going to be nothing but language translation, text generation, video generation, image generation. A lot of options are available there, guys. So just getting some kind of what is going to be that particular application, guys, get it in your system. So download it and you have to work on that particular application, guys. So there is going to be a lot of applications will be there. So later we'll see, guys, these are all some kind of a platforms, guys. We can get some kind of which is going to be seen. The AI app directory is going to be there, guys. So there are going to be a lot of models will be there. So these are going to be some kind of a models are there, guys. Here also we are having text generation models are there. So what they can do, a lot of text generation models are going to be there, guys. Or some kind of which is going to be image to text, text to image, what we can have it. Image to text is there, image to image is there, text to image is there, text to video is there, text to speech, text to video is going to be there. Some kind of which is going to be pre-trained models are there. So getting the model, guys, and doing that, nothing is there. So this is going to be the model, guys. Just we have to download that particular model and getting that particular model, get in, guys, and just work on that particular applications. So how to utilize them and all these things later we are going to work on this, guys. For that, just we have to do some kind of just an example, guys, some small lines of code we have to write it. And after that, we have to work on this application, guys. So we cannot learn all of them, but once if I tell you how to work with one kind of a train model, remaining models, we are going to be gets working with that. So LangChain, OpenAI, which is going to be Hugging Face. Not only this, guys, we are also going to work a popular, which is going to be from Meta. We are having something called as an Llama. So we are having something called as n, which is going to be llama. So what is going to be the llama here, guys? So llama is nothing but a family of large language models released by Meta AI starting in February 2023, guys. The latest version is Llama 4, released in April 2025. So llama models comes in different sizes ranging from 1 billion to 2 billion parameters we have with them. So all these are going to be some kind of the models, guys, what we call it as LLM models, what we are going to call it as a large language models, what we can get in, guys. So we can see this is going to be some kind of see everywhere it is going to be the same thing, guys. So we have something called as download the models. So there are going to be some kind of downloading the models, guys. So we have some models will be there. So which models we want to get? So get that particular models and all these things, what we want to work with them. So depending on your requirement, just we have to get some kind of models, and based on that particular models, so we have to get that particular models, download them and use that particular models what we have to work with them, guys. Like that, there are a lot of options are there, guys. All these are going to be, some of them are open sources, guys, some of them are not open sources. So we'll see them practically how we have to work with that. But I just want to tell you, it is completely different, guys. It is completely different. So the whatever you may have worked up to now is different, guys. Whatever we are going to work is going to be completely different, guys. So obviously there is requirement, some basic requirements are there, guys, but without knowing them also directly we can learn, guys. For generative AI, you don't require any prerequisites, just only a little bit knowledge of Python, because the Python libraries will be there, how to use the Python libraries. We are using a pre-trained model. So what is a necessity for understanding which is going to be the internals of that, what is machine learning, what is all these things. But to understand some internal concepts, sometimes we require some implementations, a little bit of which is going to be machine learning, like what is classification, what is regression, what is a neural network, just a little bit of neural networks, because all these are based on the neural networks only, guys. The LLM models are basically depending on something called as a transformers. So you have to just understand what is a transformer, how it will work. Then you can understand what is an LLM model will work. Otherwise, we don't require this. We are giving some input, we get the output. So companies require this much only, guys. They need not to develop everything from the scratch. Nowadays, everyone is saying that. So whether you develop from a scratch or whether you use any pre-trained model does not matter. We require some solution for that. So we have some other libraries also, guys. We are going to use all these things, guys. So we are having something called as an Olama. Olama is going to be another which is going to be such kind of an open source community, guys. Here also we are going to be having a different types of which is going to be the models and all these things. But here we require some kind of an accounts and all these things we require it, guys. Just there also everywhere the concept is models only, guys. I think all of you have an idea about, we heard about DeepSeek, isn't it? So we have seen about something called as a DeepSeek is there, guys. So Chinese companies, so which has been made which is going to be a huge, recently we have seen about a news on the particular DeepSeek. See, guys, Llama 3.1, Llama 3.1, Mistral, these are all going to be some of the, which is going to be libraries. The models, guys, pre-trained models. So just we have to get them, guys, just get that particular model and we have to work with them. See how many models are there, guys, so many different types. So as a generative AI developer, as a generative AI expert, just we have to know, guys, like where we can get these libraries, from which purpose we can use all these models. So how to get them, how to tune them, that is what we have to understand about that. So they will generate some kind of a new, which is going to be, they can generate some kind of a new kind of a text that is going to be gets generated, guys. Okay. So these are going to be, see how many models are there, guys, Olama. So like this, guys. So many different types of models are going to be there. So different types of applications, different types of models, and all these things, what we are going to work with them. We'll work with all these different types of platforms, guys. OpenAI, I'm going to work. Okay, I'm going to work on OpenAI. I'm going to work with something called as a Langsmith. I'm going to work with something like an Llama, Hugging Faces. Okay, so these are all going to be some kind of an which is going to be what we are going to be gets using as part of these applications, what we are going to be gets using them, guys. So not only this, even we are also going to use a different types of which is going to be the different types of platforms are there. But obviously, some platforms are up to some extent we can work with them, guys. But up to after that, we cannot work on that particular applications there. So we'll see them, which is going to be nothing but what exactly these are and how to work on that particular applications. We'll see all these particular concepts in the main classes. We are going to discuss about that. Okay. So no need to worry about that, guys. And anyhow, as once again, I'm saying that no prerequisites are there, guys. Just we have to understand some basics things. If you know that, that is going to be sufficient. We can work on those particular applications. We are going to work with them, guys. Okay. So that is one thing what I can say about this concept called as these particular models, what we are going to be gets working on this, guys. Okay. So many platforms are there, guys. We can see nowadays a lot of platforms are coming every day. We are hearing about so many new different types of the platforms what we are talking about that. So similar to them only, guys, but different models and all these things what we are having, guys. Okay. Fine. So that's it, guys. That is going to be just to make you understand like how the different types of models and all these things what we are going to use. So no need to worry. Just I'll show you one small application. It is out of our discussion, guys. No need to worry about those. I just want to show you. Yesterday, I generated some image, guys, with the help of Google Copilot. Microsoft Copilot. I generated one image. I generated, guys, just for understanding, not for any implementation, guys, just for understanding. I'll show you one small application here, guys. I already written the model. Already it was done. Training was everything is done. It is a discriminative model, guys. What is a discriminative model? If you feed some input, guys, the model is going to tell you something about the image. Whether the person in the image is a male or a female, or whether the animal inside the image is a dog or a cat, something like that, it is going to give you some kind of an information about that. So let me show you one small application, such kind of a discriminative model, so that you can understand the difference, guys. So don't worry, it is not any lengthy code also, just it is going to be one small application, guys. So don't worry about that. This is a neural network based. So here we have done some training, guys. We given some input to the model, some input somewhere around 23,000 images we have given, guys. We given somewhere around 23,000 images we have given, specifying that these images belong to males, these images belong to females, and we have done a lot of training on this. Don't worry, this is a small lines of code of Python. So this is going to be a Python Jupyter notebook, what we call it as. This is a neural network, guys. If you have anyone having the idea about them, so there is going to be little bit neural networks if you have the idea. So these are going to be neural networks, guys. So don't worry. So if you can see, this is going to be some kind of an images. See there, these are going to be some images are there. Actually, the person in the image is a female, but the model has predicted as a male, guys. It is differentiating between a male and a female. So don't worry about that. Just I'll show you one small example for that same application only. Just give me a second. Yesterday or day before yesterday, we done this example. Just a minute. This one. Okay. Just let me show you. So this is the place where we done the training, guys. This is the place where we done the training, evaluation, all these things, whatever we have done, guys. So for that, we have written some code. If you observe carefully, I didn't written any hundreds of lines of code, guys. Just a small Python lines of code. Some libraries will be imported, loading the data, converting the pixels here now. Something just we have created some kind of a neural networks. Okay, a neural network was designed. We've sent it for training. The model will learn how much performance it is performing. So all these things, accuracy with 81% of accuracy it is working. With 81% of accuracy it is working. Something like this, what we did is. So this train model only, guys, I use it here now. Whatever the model that was trained here, see this. This is a model name, guys, gender_model.keras. So that is the name of the model. That model only I'm using here now. So just don't worry. I just import some libraries here, guys. I will import some libraries and if small codes I have to write it. Don't worry. I'll give some input image, guys. The model will tell you whether the person in the image is a male or a female. So just let me, that is what I want to say, that it's a discriminative models. So what are discriminative models? The models which are trained to, which is to discriminate between a male and a female. It may be a male or female or anything like positive, negative, or it can be anything, guys. It can be anything, but there are discriminative models. What are generative models, guys? They are not, they are also trained, but the training is required to generate some kind of a new content it is going to generate, guys. Okay, so a few lines of code I have to execute here, guys. You don't worry to, you need not to worry about all those things. Just give me a second. Okay. So if you see this particular application, guys, only just look at these lines of code. Don't worry about what is the lines of code, guys. I didn't written anything. It's reading the image, guys. You are just reading the image. So after reading the image, converting that into some grayscale images, finding the face location. So just we are passing that input to this model here, guys. Immediately once you pass the image to that particular model, immediately the model will tell you whether the person in the image is a male or a female, guys. So just for an example, I'll give you some few images, guys. So let us check it out. So there is a file with a name called as modi.jpg file is there, guys. So we know that it is nothing but our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi's image. So if you see, guys, it is predicted that it is a male image. So you can see it has predicted the male. Whatever it has been predicted only, I displayed here now. Whatever the value it has been got predicted, it is predicted. I didn't written any code here, guys. I didn't written any logic or written any code. Just I'm calling the model. I'm creating the model. The model was already trained. To the particular model, I'm giving some few inputs to that. Once if I give the image as an input to that particular the model will tell me whether it is a male or a female, guys. Let me try with some other images, guys. I have another image like a film actors, the film actor Mahesh Babu. So see this image, guys. It has been predicted as a male. Or else we can also predict, let us say that our sports, the cricketer, it's going to be Virat Kohli's image is there. Just a minute. Virat images was not there. Okay, maybe the image was missing there. Otherwise, it may be there. Let me check it out. Okay, I think it was not there. I think so. So no worries with that. So let me check it out. Let me check the images once. So in the D drive, I have some images folder is there. Inside that images, I have some images. Okay, I think Virat image was not there here now. Okay, you can give some random images also, guys. I have some images are there. Something like which is going to be face1.jpg file is there. So you can see which is nothing but the person in the image is a male. Don't think that, sir, it is predicting only which is going to be the males only. Not only males, guys. Even it is predicting the females also it is predicting, guys. So see there. The person in the image is a female. So I have some other images are there. I have some images with which is going to be smile1.jpg file. So smile1.jpg file, which is nothing but a smiling face, a human face was there, which is a male. Similarly, I have something like a smile2 was there. Even don't think that means maybe some people think that, sir, you have already written the code for that. If smile1.jpg is coming, it's not like that, guys. Give any random images. If you want, I can download a new image and I can show you the image also. I didn't written nothing I have written now, guys. Nothing is done. Nowhere I'm going to write a code. If this value is this much, this value, the model will learn, guys. So this is what the model is going to learn. This is here where the training is taking place, guys. So see there, some kind of training is taking place. How much accuracy it is giving, how much loss it is happening there. All these things will be processed there. Nowhere we write any code, guys. Just we'll design the network and we'll pass the network to which is going to be training, guys. So if you give any kind of an image, if you give, the model is going to find out whether the person in the image is a male or a female, guys. But sometimes the machine will go wrong, guys. So we have an image is there. Who is that image, guys? It is our shuttle player, the badminton player Sindhu, PV Sindhu, guys. But observe carefully, guys. It is PV Sindhu's image, but model is predicting as a male, guys. Out of 10 images, 1 or 2 images, it is going wrong. That means 80% it is working fine, guys. Only 20% of samples, it is going wrong, guys. We tested those particular samples there. These are discriminative models, guys. These are going to be some kind of a discriminative models, guys. What are the discriminative models? They are also trained only to identify whether the person is an image, the person in the image is a male or a female. But if you ask this model to draw a female image, it can't draw it because they are only trained for discriminating them, but not for generating a new one. But what are generative AI models, guys? They are capable to generate. If we have to give some data like this, guys, some thousands of images we have to give them. Once if we give a thousands of images, if you give them, then automatically the models will learn something from the data and they are capable to generate some kind of a new content it is going to generate, guys. But what I'm saying here is we don't do that kind of a training from the scratch. We directly have some kind of a pre-trained models. We are going to use that kind of a pre-trained models. Sir, without learning from the scratch, absolutely, guys. No need of requirement to learn from the scratch. There is no use of that, guys. There is no use of that. If you try to develop from the scratch, basically, what is the problem, guys? If you want to train it, guys, obviously we require a lot of, which is going to be a lot of input is required, guys. It's not just like how the chat GPT has been trained, guys. Your chat GPT has been trained with a very large quantity of data. The internet, the text, it was available in the internet. I'll tell you how the chat GPT works, how the chat GPT has been developed. I'll tell you guys in a couple of classes, I'll tell you about that also. So it requires a lot of huge volumes of data, guys. Whatever the data, imagine how much data was there, how much text is there on the internet, guys. In the internet, there's a lot of textual data is there, guys. How much data is there? A large volumes of data. Plus, along with that, it also requires a high computing power systems. So on our local systems, we cannot train that kind of a huge corpus. We cannot train them, guys. That's the reason better to option is going to be better to develop some kind of an, because nowadays, for example, if we talk about a chatbot application, guys, previously we used to develop everything from the scratch. I'll show you that example also. How the chatbot applications will work, developing starting from the scratch using a neural network. Better than that, within a few minutes of time, guys, within a few seconds, minutes of time, you can develop a very efficient chatbot application with the help of some kind of a pre-trained models are there. You know that now, guys. What are chatbots? Chatbots are nothing but when you open any of your banking applications or something like that, they will answer your questions, guys. Isn't it? So they will answer your questions. For example, if you open something like hdfcbank.com, if you open the hdfcbank.com, there is going to be one chatbot application is there. So this is your chatbot application, guys. So if you ask the questions, for example, if I said hi, it will respond to us. So I said hi, guys. So it is responding, hi, how can I help you today? So let us say that something, I can ask something related, but it is not a generalized chatbot like a Google search or something like that. It is only just to satisfy, only to answer the questions, only related to HDFC Bank. But if you ask about what is going to be the movie reviews, it is not going to it is not going to give you any reviews on that, guys, isn't it? If ask what is going to be movie reviews, guys, it can't answer those particular type of questions. It can't do it, guys. So it is saying that if I'm not able to answer your questions, maybe our customer care will answer more helpful for it. It cannot understand that because that particular chatbot was trained only to answer only the questions related to that HDFC bank services only. If you ask what is going to be the interest rates, okay, or what is going to be the procedure to open a current account, those it is going to tells you, guys. That is going to tells you, guys. So process to open a new account. If you ask it, guys, then it is going to answer your questions, guys. So tell me the process to which is going to be a new account if you want to open. So it is answering the question, guys. So it is answering, guys. See there, it is telling about all the complete procedure, how to open a new account, what documents are required and all these things. It is giving a complete information about that. That is nothing but a chatbot application. Q&A applications are different. Okay, rack systems are different, guys. So most popularly, we are going to develop some kind of a RAG applications only. We are going to do it, guys, which I'll tell you in the coming classes. We are going to discuss about those options, guys. Okay. So that's it, guys. I just don't want to make more things in the demo sessions because you will be getting worried about all those particular applications. So a little bit interesting I've shown you today, guys. So which maybe you may have never heard about this. What is going to be Langsmith? So we'll discuss, guys, what is LangChain, what is Langsmith, what is Langser. There are different types of products are there, guys. LangChain, Langsmith. Okay, what is Langser, what we can do that. Or with the help of OpenAI community, which is going to be Llama models. Okay, more interesting is going to be this one, guys, Hugging Face. Okay, the more interesting is going to be the Hugging Face. How we are going to work with them, how to get the models. all these things, guys, a lot of which is going to be, we have a lot of models are there, guys. You have to create an account and you can work with them, guys. A lot of models are there, a lot of data sets are there. So running applications are going to be there. A lot of applications are there, guys, which are ready to use for you. Just download them and we can use them, guys. You need not to download them also, guys. Just give a request and directly get the response from that particular models. Okay. So that's it, guys, for the today's class. So yesterday I've taken some small introduction. Today, I just shown you something like environments which we are going to work as part of our this model. So no need to worry about all that data science, machine learning, deep learning. I will take care about everything, guys. I will take care about everything up to whatever the extent that is required. I'll make you to understand the concept. Just only you have to understand the implementation, but no need of going for practical concept and all these things. It's not required for our data science here. So that is not mandatory. If you have the knowledge, well and good, easily we can understand them. If you don't understand, if you don't have the concept, guys, some topics we have to go back, we have to refresh them, and again we have to come back and we have to discuss them, guys. Okay. So that's it for the today's class, guys, from my side. Just I want to just end up for today. So if you have any questions from your side, I can just answer your questions. I can just clarify any of your doubts and all these things, and we can just continue for the tomorrow's class, guys. Right? So anyone, if you have any questions, guys, you can unmute yourself and you can speak, or we have a chat window is there. So you can also post your questions in the chat window, guys. Right. Anyone, guys, any questions from your side? Yes.
Yeah. Hi, sir. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one doubt. How are the job opportunities if we do not have a relevant experience?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, the main thing is, you know that, right? The technology is going to be a new technology, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So obviously, when a new technology, so how the companies are going to hire them who is not having a experience. So what generally the companies will do is, it will check for, do you have any not a relevant experience, whether you are having a real experience. Maybe previously you have a experience on Java or a .NET or some other UI, whatever it may be, does not matters with that. So the companies, whenever a new technology comes, they cannot hire the people who are having a 5 years experience on that. Hardly even not even started also, guys. Many of the companies still they are doing some kind of an POCs and prototypes, they are creating them. So companies are looking for the candidates who are having the knowledge of the generative AI and having some kind of some real experience. Maybe it does not matters to this, but it is good to have some little bit like little bit about the data science if we have, or NLP related experience, or may not mandatory. But companies are looking for the people who are having the, which is a knowledge of this kind of a generative AI and with some real experience, they are looking for that. So it is going to be, and many of the people are learning not for looking for a new job, to add some extra upskill in their current role and current job only. 80% of the current working employees are learning generative AI, not for looking any new jobs. You know that currently how the market, the industry was there. So a lot of layoffs and all these things are taking place. So obviously they need to upgrade themselves. Always they have to have a latest technology in hands. So for that kind of a purpose, they are learning all these applications, they are learning there currently. So if you are having a already some real-time experience is there, so learning, getting a job, or just trying to implement these kind of an implementations in your current project, or maybe some kind of an POCs or something is taking place. So they are ready to learn those particular concepts readily.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Right.
And what is the duration for the course?
4 months.
4 months. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, Shiva, how can you test once you get your generative AI? Yes, absolutely, we have to test it. So we'll test it with the various prompts and all these things. We are going to test it. Obviously, we need to test it. Without them, you cannot work it, right? So obviously, we need some kind of a testing is required. So no doubt, we have to see how to perform that kind of a testings and all these things. We'll do that. Yes, Jyoti, is there any LLM models to automate deployment and issuing the issue fixing? See, LLM models don't do any automate them. LLM models, they don't do automate them, Jyoti. So you have to go to something like the agentic AI agents are there. So they are going to automate your things. LLM models are not like that. LLM models can generate some new content only. They can answer your question. For example, if you give some input, how to automate the deployment means it will give you the steps, but they can't do the process automatically by themselves. Okay, they are different. LLM models are different. Don't think that there are going to be kind of an automation is going to be gets done. They are not like that, guys. LLM models are different. Whatever you are talking about is you have to go through some kind of the AI agents and all these things which will automate your things. Okay. Yes, Vamshi. Obviously, there is going to be some kind of an 3D. I was not exactly sure about that, but some kind of an which is going to be a 3D kind of a modeling. We are having them, but we never worked on that. I think you can see some kind of a 3D modeling is going to be there. So which you have to try with them. So which is going to be some kind of an the image too, which is going to be 3D generation. There are some models are there. We are not familiar with that because we works only on LLM models only. But you can try that kind of an which is going to be some kind of an obviously there will be there. You can just get some download of that or some kind of a cloud services also will provide some kind of an services. So get them and we can work on that particular applications.
Yeah, okay, sir. Thank
Okay.
you.
So you can see them. So once you go through them, you can understand about that. In Hugging Face, you can see them. So which one is going to be whatever you require according to that, you have to work on that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Fine. Right.
Sir, am I
Yes.
audible, sir?
Yes, yeah, you're audible, Abhishek.
Sir, actually, I just need to know, like, in order to use that pre-trained model into our application, someone needs to know about the Python, or if someone will know Java, also will work out for that.
Better is Python.
Okay.
Better is Python because using Python only, most of these applications are going to work. Python and JavaScript is the most compatible will be there. So Python is the most better one. But learning Python is Python means you need not to be an expert in Python. Just a 1 week of topics will be there. 1 week concepts I will teach you. 1 week to 10 days. So those topics are going to be sufficient. First 10 classes are going to be for Python classes only. I'll take 10 maybe 2 weeks of time. The 2 weeks of time of Python is going to be sufficient with that. With that only, we'll directly start with our the generative AI basic concepts. We are going to start with them. So no need to worry about that Python language. Python is a very simple language, guys. Anyone can learn the Python language very easily.
And what about the duration of the course actually?
4 months. 3 to 4 months it will take.
Okay. So like, is this actually, since I was not aware of like this particular session was already held yesterday. Actually, I was told that this is going to happen today only.
No.
So
it's a demo session only. So yesterday just an introduction. I just given some idea. My main classes are not yet started with that. It's all about introduction part only. So yesterday I have taken a 40 minutes of introduction. Just like today only generative AI models, what are discriminative models, how they are trained. Just a little bit of the concepts I just discussed about that. And we also get the recording session of the yesterday's class also.
And can you please share that course content actually what is going to
I will share it by tomorrow because I have to explain some concepts. Instead of sharing it blindly, I'll explain that and give it so that you can understand what is going to be. So we have Excel sheet is there, a PDF and Excel sheet is there. I will share it in the tomorrow's class by explaining all the details and then I will share those content to you.
And like, what exactly you think that in near future that role and responsibility will get changed with respect to AI for a web developer?
Obviously, it will changes. So obviously, it is going to be changes. See, already that trend has been started. So every company is now they are talking about AI, generative AI, prompt engineering. See, they want to integrate something into the clients mainly. It's not the companies, the request from the many of the clients. So clients always looks for a new technology. So new things they need to be implemented. So they want to provide something a better experience to their clients or to their customers. So the client's requirements are more here now. So due to that, companies are also looking for at least some kind of an implementation of all the new technologies in their current projects and current applications. So obviously in coming future, but one thing I suggest here is these keep on changes. This keep on completely changes. So very fastly the trends are changing there. So you also need to adopt to them. So today, if you say that generative AI, something like that, maybe by the time you learn and started working on that, some other new technology may come, say new frameworks may come. So need to adopt. So in coming future, next 5 years, so there is going to be a lot of new things will come. So please, you have to, that means who are into the data, this particular field. So obviously we need to adopt the new things faster. Otherwise, we cannot survive in the industry.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, fine. So generative, okay. Will you cover ML and deep learning concepts well? Yes, Naresh. We'll cover them, but see, deep learning and all these things are going to be almost all 5-6 months, 5 months it will take it. If you want to go in details about that. But I'm saying that, right, we are using a pre-trained models, we don't require them. But whatever the extent of machine learning, deep learning is required, must and should you require some basic knowledge. Up to that basic knowledge, I'm going to discuss in the classroom training. I'm going to discuss whenever the requirement comes. Okay, so at least one deep learning model I'll show you. So today I've shown you, right, one of the deep learning model. Same like that, I'll develop a small deep learning model. I'll show you it practically, but it is not a, it's not going to be that much simple. And one more thing is, the guys who are learners here now, who are planning to learn generative AI, I don't think so there are going to be some kind of an a beginners or some kind of a dumb students, right? So at least you have some real-time experience. You are capable to learn once you given a generally how my students will be there is they will attend the classes, no questions. Generally, no questions they will ask. Maximum they will sit silently, they will hear. Whenever they require gets any doubts, they will search in the internet, they will try to implement. Only thing is they require some kind of an conceptual understanding they require. So remaining implementation, most of the people do by their own. Once if I give the idea about this guys, you can start learning about these applications easily. Okay. Yes, somebody, I came from a completely non-technical background, having 10 years of experience in non-technical. How it is for me to learn the course? It's obviously a little bit, it's going to be a little bit difficulty for you because you are from a non-IT background, learning Python and all these things little bit difficult. But really, if you are having a complete 100%, you want to looking for a job, then I suggest that you do some a little bit more efforts. We have to put more and more practice, more and more learning, exploration if we can do. So getting a job as part of the current market requirements is easy because obviously there are not that much experienced people on this generative AI. So if we can show some at least some intermediate level skills, then obviously the companies are ready to hire with that. But you have to explain like how you have been moved from non-IT to IT or a non-technical to this one. If we can just, we can, if we are ready to, that means if we can explain that, then the companies will be ready to hire that kind of a candidates also. Okay, fine guys. So
Perfect,
that,
thank you.
yeah, okay. Anyone else guys? Any more questions if you have? Okay then. So thanks all of you for today guys for attending this today's demo session. I hope I see you all of you tomorrow at the same time with the same link guys. Okay. Thanks once again guys. I'm ending the session. Anyone, any questions if you have guys? Okay then. So I'm ending the session guys. We'll meet up tomorrow guys. Thanks all of you guys. Right. Yeah. Hi guys. Good evening all of you. Hope all of you can hear me. Anyone guys, can you please confirm? Is the audible guys?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. So guys, today is our the third demo session. So I think I can see some people who are joining from the last two classes. Maybe if I can see some new names also today. Some of you have maybe joined for the today's class. or maybe some of you have joined in yesterday's class. Don't worry. We have done with a two introduction classes, guys. It is only just an demo session. It's not actually the main important classes are not yet started. So in a couple of classes, we'll start them, guys. So two introduction classes, like just I given some idea about like what is generative AI, because mainly we are here to get some training on generative AI, the mainly with the top concept of generative AI. So what is generative AI? So what is the difference between a discriminative models and generative models? So a little bit idea, I guess. So even if you didn't attend the last two classes, if anyone has missed the last two classes, don't worry. Our backend team is going to share you the recorded sessions to you guys. So you will get some updated mail, some follow-up mail will come. Maybe by tomorrow you'll get it, because generally we'll conduct 3 demo sessions and after that we'll follow up them. You will get a follow-up mail to your registered mail ID, and you will get the recorded videos there, link to the recorded videos which are uploaded to the YouTube. But only up to the demo sessions only, guys, not with the regular classes. Regular classes are not available on YouTube. I'll tell you about those things also, guys. And even in the last session also, I just shown you some small application. I didn't shown any implementation, but like what are the things we are going to use as, guys? Like as I said that obviously everyone heard about OpenAI. So all of you know about what is OpenAI.com. So we know that ChatGPT. And apart from that, I also have started with something called as an LangChain. Most popular is LangChain, guys. LangChain is one of the best platform, guys. So many of the open sources only, most of them are going to be open sources we can use, and many of the applications we can do them, guys. And finally, what we have concluded in the last session is we are not going to develop any models from the scratch, like in machine learning and deep learning. So we don't develop anything from the scratch, guys. Already there are some pre-trained models will be there. We are going to use that kind of a pre-trained models for developing of our LLM applications. Okay, so which is nothing but what we simply call it as large language models. Our main concentration, we are going to work most of that, which is going to be the LLM models. Each LLM model can perform a different type of things, guys. Some LLM models will work like a chatbot. Some LLM models are going to work like a Q&A. Some LLM models are going to be something like they works like a RAG. One of the most popular application in this LLM, this generative AI, is nothing but developing of some kind of an RAG application, guys. So we can see a lot of online ads and all these things, guys. RAG systems, they call it as. I'll tell you what are those. So something like this right now, it's a little bit too early to discuss about them, guys. What kind of applications and all these things, I'll discuss about them. So last two classes we covered just a basic introduction part. So generative AI, finally what we understood is, guys, generative AI models are trained to generate some kind of a new content. They are trained to generate a new content, guys. Whereas the normal traditional the discriminative AI models or discriminative models, they are also do some kind of a training, but they are basically used to classify. They want to do some kind of a discrimination. As a simple to say that, as I said that, so once you feed some images of some males or females, so the models can differentiate between a male and a female. Yesterday I shown you one example like that. Gender identification example, which I trained it from the scratch. I didn't use any pre-trained model, guys. I developed my own neural network. I trained the model, and the model, once you feed some image to them, the model is telling that whether the person in the image is a male or a female. One small application I've shown. I didn't develop it in your class. So yesterday, if anyone missed yesterday's class, don't worry about that. I didn't develop any application, guys. I already developed that application in our normal data science classes. In data science classes, we'll teach them, guys. Okay, normal traditional data science classes, we'll teach them. But in generative AI classes or generative AI applications, we don't develop it from the scratch, guys. Why? Because I told you what is the reason for that. One is going to be, first thing is going to be, guys, we require some kind of an high computing machines are required, guys. So you require some kind of an high computing machines, or high computing is required, guys, basically. Like which is going to be something like not just like a CPUs. We require some kind of a GPUs and TPUs are required, guys. So high computing systems are required. And second thing is going to be, even it is going to be a large volume, which is going to be large corpus is going to be gets required, guys. It's not just like a with a small data sets. We cannot train them, guys. We cannot train them with the help of a small data sets. So that's why what we do is, guys, instead of we developing from the scratch, where we require a large corpus of data and a high computing is required, because we cannot do this kind of an, because we cannot have a which is high computing machines with a GPUs and TPUs, and a large volume of corpus is also required. So we cannot arrange those kind of the environments, we can't create them. That's why what we are going to do, guys, I shown you yesterday, everything is going to be some kind of an pre-trained models. There are not predefined models, guys. A pre-trained models will be there, guys. So yesterday I just given some idea about that. I shown you in every open source, the frameworks I shown you. I have opened the open AI community. I shown you some list of models. In the which is going to be LangChain, I've shown you some list of models. In the Meta Llama, that is also what we have been seen about that Llama, which is nothing but the open source framework from which is nothing but from the Meta, guys, right? So that is what yesterday we discussed about that Llama models are going to be there. So see, guys, Llama based models are family of large language models developed by the Meta AI team, designed to be efficient and versatile for various applications. These models ranges from it's going to be that many bytes of data or something parameters we are talking about. That later we'll see about those particular applications based on the GPT architectures only. What are GPT models and all these things we'll discuss in the later classes. We'll work on this, guys. So all of them are calling it as GPT models. What are that particular GPT models and all these things we'll cover in the later classes. Okay. So that's it, guys. And as I said that as a prerequisite. So one of the basic question, many of the having a frequently asked question is, sir, what is going to be the prerequisites? For that also I have just clarified it. So there is not that much prerequisites are not required, guys. I'm not saying that compulsory mandatory. It's going to be some basic a basic knowledge of a little bit of Python. No worries. I'm going to teach this in the class in my training program. I'll teach you Python, a little bit of Python, guys. You need not to be a Python expert, guys. A little bit of Python is required. A little bit of data visualization, not mandatory, guys. Even we can learn instantly, guys. Instantly you can learn the things. So visualization techniques are required. Some little bit of data analysis, not data analysis, some kind of a data loading, etc. Pandas kind of a libraries we are going to require. A little bit of ML, a little bit of DL. Just you have to understand them, guys. No need of knowing about any practical knowledge about that. So what is machine learning? What is the process in a machine learning? What is the process in deep learning? How the deep learning models are trained? Because all our whatever the generative AI applications we are developing, they are pre-trained models we are using. They are completely deep learning based models only, guys. So actually today, whatever we are using this data science at a very high level, it is really due to the deep learning models, guys. Deep learnings are very high level models, guys, which are going to be requires a lot of computing power. Yesterday I shown you one small example, guys. It's a very complex. Once if you see the deep learning neural network, it's a little bit very high level. If you see, it's very complex network will be there, guys. So we have something called as a neurons, activation layers, loss functions. Okay, a lot of things are going to be there, guys. Hidden layers will be there. Input layers will be there. Some kind of a weights, bias. A lot of things are there, guys. So just I'll give you some idea about that. No need to worry about those things, guys. So just plan, don't worry. So no need to learn all the things at a time. Slowly, one by one, step by step, I'll guide you, guys. I have a 20 years of experience, 22 years of experience, guys. So I know in which flow if you go, you can become an expertise. Follow my flow, guys. So no need to go here and there. Just follow my instruction. I will also guide you to do a lot of other things to explore them. So whatever I suggest, guys, you try to explore up to there. Don't go beyond that applications. No need to go about that, guys. So yeah, the today's discussion is nothing but on our what is going to be our the what we can say our learning methodology, guys. Like I just want to, because everyone is asking about, sir, what you are going to learn, what is your course content, how much time you are going to allocate for each and every topic. So today my session is only to just give an idea about the our action plan, or what I can say a roadmap to become which is a generative AI expert, guys. So here the things are, my content is going to be there. Okay, I'll tell you what are the main contents are going to be there. So I will follow the content, guys, but not in the same sequence. I'll tell you, like, because I know like what extent is required for understanding, because I have an idea, right? So what extent of machine learning? No need to spend that time, some weeks of time to learn machine learning. So I've seen some training programs, guys. So what they will do is, guys, they will spend a lot of time on machine learning, deep learning models. 3 months, 4 months in your generative AI classes. We say that it's the 3-4 months of time. In that 3 months, if you spend it on, there is not requiring us. That much level is not required at all. So what is required up to that extent only, we have to study them. Even if you don't know anything about that also, we can understand, guys. But if you want to understand the internal functionalities, how what is happening internally, so we have some techniques are there, guys. We use some techniques. Simply, if I say that if you give this input, you will get this output, means, sir, what is happening internally? At least some the internal process we have to understand. Though we are not implementing the complete thing, guys. For example, I'll say something called as a concept called as an word-to-vec model, guys. So actually the word-to-vec model, I can say that the word-to-vec model is going to be the foundation, guys. So this generative AI and came and all these things is due to this word-to-vec models only, guys. So really, if these word-to-vec models are not there, so we maybe generative AI is not in the current implementation stage. Still, it is in research stage only. So word-to-vec is nothing but, guys, we'll convert the techniques to convert our whatever the sentences, the words, whatever the vocabulary or the sentences are there, those sentences are going to be gets converted into some kind of a vectors, numbers. That is our main technique, guys. Word-to-vec is a technique where we convert the words into some kind of a numbers. But the numbers are going to be such a way that the words, that means how the system will work, we'll see it later. But whenever you talk about them, the words which are going to be closer, those, that means the words which are going to be meaning is the same, they will be very closer, and which the words having a different meanings are going to be very far away. So something like that. Later we'll see what is that particular technique. Maybe some of you have been heard about this. It was developed by Google, guys. It is developed by Google. We'll download this. We'll download this particular word-to-vec model from Hugging Face. We'll download, guys. If you just go to Hugging Faces and see, and if you see what is word-to-vec, you will come to know about this, guys. Simple say that it is going to be the Hugging Face. So go there and simply if you type what is going to be word-to-vec, it was developed by a word-to-vec model is going to be developed by Google, which was developed based on the Google News. So word-to-vec, guys, almost all 1.5 GB it will be there, guys. You have to download this, guys. We have to download, which will be almost all 1.5 GB model it is. 1.5 GB model, guys. So it is, as we can see, guys, a pre-trained vectors trained on a part of Google News data set about some 100 billion words. The model contains approximately 300 dimensions for 300 million words and phrases what we have it. So just if you give some input word, it will convert into vector, guys, a 300 dimension vector. Normally we know two-dimensional, guys. Two-dimensional vectors, we know that x-axis, y-axis is a two-dimension. Right, x-axis, y-axis is a two-dimension, guys. I can visualize it. If I have a data point here now, so what is going to be the coordinate? What is the coordinate here now? For example, the words which are going to be having some kind of the meaningful words. For example, this word is happy and this word is going to be nothing but smiling. So happy and smiling is having a little bit. So because whenever the person is happy, generally he is smiling. So whenever he was smiling, he is unhappy, guys. So like that, the words are going to be, will be very closer. But whenever it is going to be sad, the word is going to be very far away from here. Because the happy and sad is having a complete opposite meanings of that. So words are representing in terms of numbers. So that is the main technique, guys. That is what the NLP says about that. So we learn all that particular NLP techniques, guys. So a Google word-to-vec model is going to be there. 1.5 GB model will be there. We have to download this particular 1.5 GB model. So you can see using some Python library called as, which is going to be GenSim, we can download this particular data set, guys. We'll discuss about all these things later. Later we'll work on all these applications. So that is the way, so that is going to be something which we have to do with this, guys. So what I'm talking about here is like what exactly it is going to be required. So how to understand the word-to-vec model. So if you know a little bit of which is going to be something called as a neural network, then we can understand. We don't implement it, guys. It's a pre-trained model. We'll use it. But how it is working, how the words is getting converted into. For example, if I give a word like a king, so it is going to convert this into, which is going to be some kind of a numbers it is going to represent. A 300 values it will be there. A 300 values it will be there, guys. The king is going to contain a 300 value because it is a 300 dimension. So it's not just like 2 dimension, 3 dimension, guys. Total 300 dimensions are available there. In a 300 dimensional, which is going to be the space, it is represented with 300 values. The king is going to be gets represented. Some example, any words, king or queen or something, like if you say good or bad or something, happy, smiling, anything if you give it, guys, that will be converted into some kind of a words it will convert. Some NLP requirement is there, which is nothing but what we call it as natural language processing. So we will learn about those particular neural networks. So even if you don't know, simply if you say that, sir, I don't want to know about what is internals, what is word to vec, so the numbers will be converted into some kind of a vectors. But the vectors are such a way that the words which are having some similarity, which is going to be the word similarities are there, those will be closer, they will stay closer. But the words which are opposites meaning, they will be stay away. That means they will be far away, it will be there. Just if you take that, that is sufficient. But internally, some people are interested, like, sir, how it will work. So we'll study about how the word to vec model will work. So how the inputs it will take, how internally it is going to work. So little bit 1 or 2 days of discussions will be there, guys, not more than that. So that is the reason we will discuss about some kind of a basic neural networks, how the neural networks works, all these things little bit. Just only the understanding, only just we have to understand the internal process only. No need to go for any implementation, guys. Okay. So I'll share this document to you, guys. I'll share the document to you. So I have which is a generative AI development, which is and one Excel sheet was available with me. I prepared one Excel sheet, which will give you a complete idea about our, whatever the course content, what we are going to cover. I'll share the file, guys. So just let me explain from my side, and after that, I'll share you this particular file to you guys. Everyone can download it and you can access them. So the first important is nothing but we require some core Python concepts, guys. So I don't say how many days I'm spending them, but it depends on you depends on your participant, on your understanding level, guys. So if everyone says that, sir, we are good at Python. So everyone says that we are good at Python. So I can just, I'm not saying that I'm not going to I'm going to just like a brush up the things, but not like a completely like a beginner level understanding, or not directly at a advanced level understanding. Just it looks like I'm brushing up the things. I'm just refreshing the topics, but at the same time, slowly I'm going to make you understand the things, guys. So easily, depending on your understanding level, some medium level, guys, not completely slowly. I'm not going to discuss from the scratch what is programming language. We don't want to discuss from that much scratch level, guys. So what is Python? Why Python is popular? So what is the advantage of using Python? So quickly we'll try to just refresh the topics, guys. Maybe hardly I say it is going to be somewhere around, I say that 10 days, but hardly it is going to be 10, 15 days, 2 weeks maximum it will take in, guys. Some very basic concepts will be there, guys. Like if you have an idea about Python, who guys having the idea about Python? So these are the things, guys. Python introductions, just a small introductions. Okay, what are going to be the basic types of Python? And what are going to be some kind of a sequences, like what is list, what is tuples, what is a sets, what is an dictionaries. So those are the things what we are going to understand about that. And just like normal, every language will have it now, guys. Conditional control statements. Apart from that, something called as a comprehensions. Something about something called as then string classes. A little bit of 1 day, 2 days we'll spend on the string classes, guys. Remember, guys, mostly in our generative AI classes, we will work on the string, textual data only we are going to work. Numbers and dates are very rare. Starting from the first class, our concentration is only on the string. Towards the string analysis only, we are going to work with them, guys. Yep. Just give me a second, guys. Just give me a second. Please be online. Yeah, guys. Just maybe some feature was disabled. Okay, fine. Just give me a second. Right, guys. Okay. So let's continue, guys. So control, okay, normally it is going to be a string class. So mostly our concentration is only very interesting topic, guys. So how the strings are converted into numbers. Normally everyone knows strings is a string. In general other languages, guys, strings and a strings are going to be gets coming, guys. String and a which is going to be string is going to be gets coming. Normally strings and strings, we are going to work with them. But we can add up two strings, guys. We can subtract a string from another string. We do some mathematical calculations with the string, guys. That too meaningful calculation. It's not just like an which is going to be some kind of a random calculation, guys. Normally in other languages we know strings and strings will be concatenated, but it's not concatenation, guys. We'll add up two words to make a new word, or we'll subtract one word from another word to make a new word, guys. Something like this we are going to do, that kind of a representations what we are going to do, guys. I'll tell you later. I don't want to discuss about all those things. So that's why a little bit of important concept of string class we are going to do, guys. Some kind of an implementing some string class methods will be there, which will help you a lot. So splitting a sentence into words, splitting some paragraphs into some kind of a sentences, what we call it as tokenizations, guys. Word tokenizations, we are going to discuss about something called as an string, what we call it as word tokenization, sentence tokenizations. We are going to perform all this kind of an application. Some basic cleaning should be done, guys. So whenever you are working with the string, some kind of a basic cleaning will be there, guys. So like which is going to be tokenization of the words. Okay, some removing of stop words, some kind of an stemming, lemmatization. Very interesting, guys. So there are going to be something like an unknown. We never think about that. Like we do these kind of an applications. So some words, sentences will be there. From sentences, some kind of an, I'm also going to use some English vocabulary, guys. Like which is going to be parts of speech we are going to use as. So what are nouns? What are going to be verbs? What are adverbs? What are adjectives? So a little bit of which is going to be parts of speech and all these things we have to use them. A little bit of English grammar also we have to require, guys. Otherwise, we cannot handle all the things. So those kind of a things we are going to be learning as part of this particular, the core Python classes we'll discuss about. So I'd say that it is at 10 classes or 8 classes, but it's not fixed, guys. Depending on your understanding level, it may be maximum. It will goes to somewhere around maybe a 2 weeks of time it is going to go, guys. So there is a little bit of concepts of, as I said that now, guys, pandas, data visualization, little bit of NumPy. We don't spend that much time on this, guys. So that's why I'm not specifying how much time it is going to take for you, but a little bit. So a little bit of NumPy I will start with them. Just a 2 days, hardly sufficient. Pandas, 2 days is sufficient, guys, not more than that. A data visualization also hardly 3-4 days, not more than that. So these also we are going to just complete before that, guys. So we need not to go more details into them. So hardly 2 to 3 days, guys, hardly we can say that will makes another maybe another 2 weeks it will take, guys. Maybe another 2 weeks it is going to take, guys. And after that, we have some topics of machine learning and deep learning concepts are available, guys. I'll tell you, Vineet, I will tell you. I'm going to guide you about regarding that. I'll tell you about that. Okay, fine. Let me complete off my course content. After that, what are the things I will tell you about that. Okay, and apart from that, there is some topics related to machine learning and deep learning concepts are there, guys. But we are not going to spend that much time on this particular deep learning and machine learning concepts. We are not going to work that much time, guys. Because it is, as I said, that only just you have to understand the internal workflow or internal functionalities only we have to know about that, but not mandatory to learn more details and implementation. It is not required, guys. So a little bit of which is going to be machine learning and deep learning, I'll explain them, because with that only we can, as I said that now, guys, if you want to understand some of the techniques, we have to know what is going to be some basic machine learning models and a little bit one or two, which is going to be the deep learning models also we have to study about them. If we don't study them, guys, only thing is what is happening internally we don't know. As I said that no, word to vec. So if I give a word, how it is converting into vector, you will have a doubt. What it is representing, you cannot understand that. So if you know the internal process, we don't implement it. We directly will use the word to vec model. If you give the input, we'll get the output, guys. But what is happening internally, that mechanism I'll just explain with the help of some kind of a neural networks and all these things. Specifically, we don't dedicate any time for this, guys, depending on our requirement. So I'm discussing about word to vec. So before word to vec, I will discuss about these neural networks. Okay, we have some other techniques are there, guys. We do some kind of an one hot encoding. We have a something called as a bag of words. We have something called as an TF IDF scores are there, n-gram representations. So at the time to understand the implementation, some which is going to be some machine learning model is required. So I'll try to explain them, guys. Implementation directly, I don't do the implementation and don't say that you have to just by heart it or something like that. I'll try to explain step by step, step by step. That's why I don't take any complex neural networks or a complex machine learning models. A simple neural networks and a simple applications only. As part of the requirement, I'm going to discuss about that. So main topics are going to be, these are the main two topics, guys. One is the prerequisite for generative AI. As I said that some concept called as an NLP. So basic NLP fundamentals, guys, and all these things. I said that a module called as an NLTK. Okay, I told you no, guys, some kind of an tokenization practicals. What is meaning of tokenizations and basic terminologies? So text processing, how to go for stemming techniques are there. What is how to lematize that particular words? What is stemming? What is lemmatization? I'll tell you a simple words, guys. I'll tell you a simple word, guys. What is going to be stemming and lemmatization is they will convert the words like this, guys. For example, let us say I have some words like running. We have something like a runs, for example, guys. So what is this stemming and lemmatizations will do, guys? It will find out what is going to be the root word, the stem word for that. So running and runs, it is going to be the root word is going to be run, guys. The root word is going to be something called as a run, it is going to be there. For example, lemmatization is there. So lemmatization is a little bit different, guys. So it is not only does that, there is going to be something different it is there. Runs will be converted into run. Okay, it depends on, we have to specify whether it is a noun, whether it is a verb, whether it is an adjective. Okay, we have to specify whether it is an adverb or not. Depending on that, it will works. So such kind of a techniques are going to be done here, guys. So user, you know that, right? Running and runs and all these things are used in different, which is going to be in different contexts we are going to use. All of them are going to be representing the same thing in a present tense, past tense or future tense. Depending on that, we are going to use as, guys. But the root word is going to be nothing but the run. So finding that kind of a root words is mainly we are going to do with the help of some kind of a stemming algorithms we use as. We use as, guys, a different type of stemming topics are there. Something called as an Porter stemmer. We are having something called as an snowball stemmer. So something like this, there are going to be some kind of an stemmers are there. Regular expression stemmers will be there. Even lemmatization, word net lemmatization. So these are what word net lemmatize. These are all going to be some of the techniques we are going to use as, guys. If you want, just search in the internet, what is Porter stemmer, what is snowball stemmer, what is word net lemmatize. If you just try to just search it, guys, you will understand that what are the terminologies. No worries, I'll explain all these things in the later classes. So these are going to be some of the techniques. And as I said that, no, guys, converting that words or sentences into some kind of a numbers is nothing but what we call it as embeddings. We call it as something called as an word embeddings, what we are going to call it as. Different techniques are there, guys. One hot encoding, bag of words, TF IDF scores. Okay, some kind of an n-gram representations. Okay, we have something called as an, as I said that, no, guys, word to vec is there. Word to vec, which is going to be continuous bag of words. We have two options are there, guys. One is going to be skipgram and continuous bag of words. So what are the advantages of the word to vec models? How to implement them? So how to convert our own sentences? We can train our models as well as we can use directly the word to vec models. Both of them are there, guys. You give your own words and you convert your own way. Otherwise, directly use the Google word to vec model is going to be there. So two different techniques are there. We can train it. We can directly use a pre-trained model also. We can use it. We'll discuss it later what we can see. So then the main application is going to start from our, this will take, guys, almost all 5 weeks, 6 weeks, it will take up them, guys. But don't worry, these are all prerequisites, guys. Without knowing that, we cannot go for this main applications, we can't go for here, guys. So a little bit introduction, guys, already we have done, right? So what is generative AI? What is going to be generative AI, AI versus ML versus deep learning versus some kind of a generative AI? So we'll discuss, guys, slowly. We'll start with them, how the LLM models are going to be trained, how the evaluation of LLM models. So all LLM models analysis we'll try to do this, guys. And I said that no, it is going to be some kind of an we'll try to understand what is going to be LangChain. We just started. I'll tell you what is how the LangChain applications will be done. Today in the morning 7 a.m. we started something called as a document loaders. So what is meaning of document loaders? How to convert our textual data into LangChain documents? So all that applications we are going to learn about. We are going to learn about those things, guys. So we are going to work with LangChain, OpenAI. Finally, concept is going to be same, guys. Everywhere we are going to learn the same thing. So we are going to learn something about embeddings. So every framework they are having their own. I told you about the word embeddings now, guys. Every framework is having their own, which is going to be their own embeddings are there. OpenAI will have their own embeddings, guys. LangChain will have their own embeddings will be there. Some kind of an vector stores. What is ChromaDB? What is going to be AstraDB? These are going to be something called as an vector store databases are there. So what are those vector store databases and all these things? Even OpenAI and Olama. That is also one more application what we are going to do. So some important components of LangChain, building of basic. First, we'll start with a basic generative AI application. We are going to start with them, guys. So how to work with retrievers, what is going to be chains, all these things, what we are going to working with them. So different types of models we are going to be having, guys. So different types of models we use, and we are going to be using all these things. So these are going to be first basic fundamental, a simple LLM applications will develop, and then main applications will start with them, guys. As I said that no, we are going to build a chatbot application with some kind of an history, whatever using which is going to be LangChain. So how to develop a kind of a chatbot kind of an applications. So you can also integrate with, if we can do, guys, you can integrate with your WhatsApp applications and all these things. We can integrate with. If anybody gives a question, actually, we have that now, guys. In WhatsApp, we have a WhatsApp business is there. If anybody sends a query, immediately some response will be given. So that kind of a chatbot kind of an application, what we can develop it. Same as it is some kind of a Q&A kind of an application, guys. So if you load some documents, if you give a question, it will answer it, guys. So like a Q&A application kind of a thing, what we can do that. For example, let us say that we have some textbook PDF is there, guys. So upload that particular PDF, the LLM model will learn from that particular, whatever the PDF. So if you ask any questions, guys, we are going to get some kind of a response, we are going to get it. So only depending on whatever the PDF document which we have been loaded, not all the questions, a kind of which is going to be document what we have been shared with them. Similarly, some kind of chatting with SQL databases, guys. I told you this application, some database systems are there. So directly the user can directly give some like an input. So I want today's sales report, or I want to get some kind of last year sales report. If we give this kind of an inputs, so internally all that SQL process will be done, and we are going to get some kind of an output, guys. So chatting with, which is going to be the SQLDB using some LangChain. So using some databases like SQLite 3, or data preparation by using MySQL databases and all these things, what we can do. These are all some kind of an implementation, guys. Chatbot applications, Q&A application, chatting with SQL databases. So a kind of an application called as a text summarization, guys. We'll give some kind of a text and how to do some kind of a text summarization with the help of something called as a LangChain. Mostly we use as a LangChain what we are going to use as, guys. And even I said that no, guys, the Hugging Faces and which is LangChain integrations. I'll tell you about what is LangChain. LangChain is very popular is we can access almost all types of which is going to be the models, guys. Hugging Faces, we can access the Llama models, we can access the GPT models. Everything we can access with the help of OpenAI models, and everything we can access with the help of the LangChain, guys. And apart from that, some kind of an deployment, guys, we are going to deploy in a Streamlight cloud and all these things, we'll deploy them, guys. Even in Hugging Faces also, in Hugging Faces spaces also, I shown you yesterday. Hugging Face spaces, I told you, we can deploy your application there, guys. And with a little bit of AWS also, we are going to be gets working. We'll use some kind of an AWS applications and all these things what we use as. And some kind of a fine tuning of LLM models we are going to use. And apart from that, some kind of a lang graph and all these things what we are going to be using. That's actually RAG system is there. RAG system was missing here, guys. Okay, I think there is a rank system is there. So how to develop a kind of a rank systems. So that was missing for some reason. 13, 11, 12, 13. It will be there here, guys. After this, before this, we are going to learn about some kind of a rack system we are going to develop in, guys. Actually, maybe for some reason it has been missing. But these are going to be some different types of the applications which we are going to learn with the help of this particular, the generative AI applications, guys. So a kind of an chatbot kind of an applications, Q&A, communicating with the database systems, rack systems we are going to develop, database communication, chatbot with the chatting with us, this one using some kind of an, so many pre-trained models we are going to do, text summarizations. And mainly we are going to be using some fine tuning of LLM models, LoRa, QLoRa, something we are having. We are going to use all those particular applications, guys. And finally, it's going to be some kind of a deployment and all these things we are going to be working with that. Okay, so I think here it was there multi AI RAG chatbots using LangGraph and AstraDB. We are going to develop some kind of the RAG systems. We are going to develop it, guys. So that's it, guys. This is going to be about the complete 3-4 months of which is going to be, because that will itself will take almost all 5-6 weeks. It will take, guys. This will take another which is going to be 6 weeks. Almost all 6-7 weeks it will take in, guys. Totally, we can say somewhere around 3 months, 3 to 4 months we can take. Somewhere around 12 to 15 weeks it will take in, guys. Totally, it's going to take somewhere around 12 to 15, 16 weeks. Totally, we can just we can learn everything within this particular week. But it's not only about those, guys, but once you complete your course, you will be in a position to use any. It's very easy, guys. We just get the model. We are going to train using, just give some input and get some training and get the outputs, guys. So you will be in a position to access almost all types of models. So once the after completion of training, you can use, guys. A lot of open source models are there, guys. Get this model, use it. Get this model, use it. Documentation will be there. How to pass the input, how to get the output. So that is only thing what we have to study about that. Okay. So very interesting, guys. Once you start work on that, it will be very interesting concepts to learn. Basically, up to now, we have learned everything. We worked everything with numbers and all these things we used to work, guys. But here it is not like that. Completely starting from the day one, it is text. Textual data, text data, so only we are going to work with them. Completely with the text data only, guys. Okay. So that's it, guys. That is going to be our course content. So I'll share this document, guys. So just go through them. If you have any further discussions on that, so I'm going to discuss about those particular things also. I'll discuss about that. We can just have some discussion on that. For the timing, just go through that, guys. So I'll give you that particular file here now. Just give me a second. Yeah. So I'm just giving that particular sharing the document to you, guys. So just take the document, download it. You can download it, guys. And just what you can do is you can just go through them. And if you have any further discussions on that, so we can discuss with me, guys. Okay. So that's it, guys. That's it for the today's class from my side. So again, just a 5-10 minutes, we can have some kind of an Q&A and we can just end up the session for today, guys. Right? Anyone, guys, if you have any questions from your side? Yes. And coming to the course content, guys. Okay, as I said that, coming to the course content, guys, every day there is a live recording session will be there. So session is a live session, guys. I was the instructor completely from the first class to the last class. And we are going to get, you are going to get all the day to day, you are going to get the recordings, guys. Live recordings only. There are not pre-recorded. It is a live recording. So today's class is currently recording. Currently, the session is getting recorded. All this will be given access through the Google Drive, guys. Using Google Drive, you can access them, guys. Okay, so you cannot download them. Only you can view them. We cannot download those particular videos. Only through the Google Drive. Just if you double click in the Google Drive, directly the videos will play, guys. You can refer as many times you can refer it. So these are part of our total course only, guys. No need of paying any extra money for that. Plus, along with that, day to day, you will be having the class notes, whatever the class notes I'm writing here, guys. So the class notes will be coming as an .pdf file you will get in, guys. Plus, along with that, we are going to have the IPVNB files. So what are these IPVNB files, guys? That code, whatever I'm going to write the code, guys. And one more thing I forgot to explain you. Two different types of tools we are going to work, guys. One is going to be Jupyter Notebook. Don't worry about that. I'll tell you how to install them later. So we are going to work with something like a Jupyter notebook is going to be one tool, guys. And second one is going to be nothing but it's a VS Code. I'll tell you how to install and all these things I'll tell you. And thirdly, we are having a one more is also there, guys. Very rarely we are going to use sometimes. That is nothing but it's a Google Colab. It's a cloud based, guys. It is going to be cloud based. So it is going to be available on the cloud. These two you have to download and you have to install, guys. Don't do any downloads now. I will tell you how to download them. I'll tell you the recommendation. What we have to download, I'll tell you, guys. Jupyter Notebook, you have to download and install, guys. VS Code, you have to download and install. But Google Colab, no installation is required. It is a Google Colab. It's a cloud based. With your Google account, directly we can get the Google Colab. You have to work with them, guys. So fine, it's going to be class notes and the .ipynb files and all the documents will be given to you, guys. And we don't have any standard textbooks or any materials, guys. Mostly, I'm going to share some lot of blogs I'm going to share you, guys. Blogs, mainly we are going to depend on the blogs. Because we don't have any, even on the data science also, guys, we don't have any standard textbooks or standard referred textbooks are not there, guys. It is completely will depend on the blogs. I'll tell you some kind of a blogs are there. Some free blogs. I think all of you may have an idea, guys. There are some free are there. There are some paid are also there, guys. Best blog for paid is nothing but it's a medium.com, guys. You can use this. A very good, it's a platform where you will get all the lot of, going to be lot of stuff is there, guys. We have a lot of blogs will be there. You can read them. We can implement them. A lot of things we can do that. There are some free blogs are also available. I'll tell you, guys. Mostly Medium is going to be used towards datascience.com. Medium. These we are going to use it for the better references what we are going to use, guys. So, and anyhow, it's going to be kind of an, there is no specifically some kind of an assignments and some kind of an assessments will not be there, guys. But obviously, I'm going to give you some kind of an assignments, guys, like a self, it's kind of ungraded. There are not going to be any graded, guys. So we'll give you some documents and we are going to give some inputs to you and we'll ask you to, which is going to perform that. It's like an ungraded. So it is going to be like a guided project, a graded kind of a thing, but it's ungraded, guys. So it is for your self practice and all these things only. You were given some different tasks with a given different documents I'll give you. Based on that, I'll ask you to develop some kind of an applications. Here it is, everything is going to be hands-on only, guys, because everything we are going to get a pre-trained models and all these things we are going to work. Logically, you need not to implement anything. So that's why we don't require any that kind of an implementation. Just if we can regularly practice with them, we can understand those particular things, guys. Okay. Sorry. Right, guys. So these are going to be, guys, some of the things what you can expect from our side. So live recording sessions will be there. Every day session is a live session. And along with that, the recorded videos are also given to you, guys. Okay. Fine, guys. Right. Yes, as I said that the lecturers will be recorded and each and every class up to the end of the session, you will get all the recordings will get in, guys. Okay, so coming to, as I said that, no, guys, classes, it's an already duration of class is going to be every day, it's going to be 1 hour timing, guys. It's going to be 6:30 p.m. to which is going to be 7:30 p.m. Actually, this is our plan, guys, right now. So if anyone, that means if some people says that, sir, if we are not, it's not that much feasible to 6:30, I can adjust here and there. I cannot completely change the time, guys. I'm not saying that the timing will changes. If it is possible for everyone, if it is feasible to everyone, maybe a little bit of 15 minutes plus or minus or a half an hour plus or minus, I can do, guys. Okay, that depends on the majority, guys. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, but if it is feasible, guys, 6:30 to 7:30, this is fixed. So in any base case, somebody saying that, sir, 10 minutes, I have to reach my home or I have to take some 15 minutes of time. If everyone is feasible, I'll just make it to 6:45 to 7:45, or it may be 6:15 to 7:15, something like that. I can adjust plus or minus a 15 minutes. I can adjust according to the majority requirements. If it is required, otherwise 6:30 to 7:30 is the class timing. And I said that no, 3 to 4 months it is going to take, guys, totally. So we'll start with them. Regular classes, we are going to start with them, guys. But according to our plan, first I'll start with the Python, guys. So the guys who are already having the knowledge of Python, just it's refreshing the classes, guys. Just refresh it. I'll tell you some important topics are there. Maybe you are not aware about that. So that I'll discuss about this. And apart from that, remaining, we can just, we are already having the idea. Otherwise, just learn according to the whatever the plan, whatever the Python classes are there. So I'll teach them. You can learn according to that. You can learn the things, guys. Okay, fine. Agentic AI, and it's as a part of that. I didn't specify specifically. I didn't specify the topic, but obviously, at least I'm not going in depth about that, guys. But I'm going to also include agentic AI, some at least one or two examples, and AI agents also. I worked on that, but not complete practically. So that's why a little bit. So right now only we have become an experts in this one, guys, generative AIs. So suddenly agentic AI and AI agents. So first we are dedicating our complete training on generative AI models, guys, but with a knowledge of agentic AI and AI agents also. I'm not saying that I'll go both in depth about that, but it is going to be at least some idea about one agentic AI application, one AI agents, one or two examples. Obviously I'm going to include them, guys. Even right now I'm working on it. Anyhow, 3 months, 4 months it will take. By the end of the course, I will also come to know about all the implementation, complete implementation. So I can do that particular concepts, guys. Okay. A computer vision is not required, guys, Naresh. Computer vision is going to be based on the, as I said that now, mostly we are going to work with the language models, textual data. So there is going to be some little bit of computer visions we are going to use it, but we don't go in depth into the computer vision. So little bit of computer vision projects working with images and all these things. That will be very higher level if you want to work with the generative AI levels. So that's why we don't go in depth about that, because that is a little bit different cases. So that is also still there are going to be need to be some kind of an models need to be trained it. So we are not having that much level of input. The computing power is not required. We cannot provide them. So that's why we are not working with that kind of an image generations and all these things. We'll do up to the text generation examples we are going to do with this, guys. Okay, fine, guys. Right now we are not taking any offline classes because you know that everyone is recommending to have online classes only. Even we are doing offline classes, not that many students are coming there, guys, because the one main reason is going to be time saving. These classes are going to be, see, here I'm taking every day almost all, I'll take 12 sessions of training, guys. Almost all 12 sessions I'll deliver every day because it is due to online. Back to back, I will give them. I can deliver these training programs. I'll conduct these training programs, guys, because this everything we are working from online. So it's no need to worry about offline. So time wasting is going to be one, time consuming. Every day you have to travel. And second thing is you should be locally in Hyderabad. So we are located in Hyderabad. So if you are also from Hyderabad, at least you have to travel for minimum half an hour to and fro. At least 1 hour it will be wasted for you. And second thing is money also. So traveling expenses, all this traffic and all these things. People are recommending online classes, guys, better than this one. Right now we don't have a weekend batches, but I am not conducting, but other faculty members are there. They may be conducting some offline classes also. So if anyone is having any interest to, because for everyone weekdays is not possible, obviously. So weekends, some of you people may recommend. So you can just give your requirements to our backend team. So whenever any new weekend batches will start, they will inform you about that. But right now, from my side, I have only weekend batches only. Weekday batches only. Right now, I'm not conducting any weekend batches, guys. Okay.
Yeah,
And fees will be, fees will be 20,000, guys. So
So you
20K.
are planning you are planning to cover the lang graph also.
Lang graph depends. I can't say that because it depends. I think for free versions it is not available, but we'll see up to what extent it is going to be possible. We'll see up to
Okay.
some extent. I'm going to work with the lang graph also.
Because nowadays that's like a hot topic. Agent.
It's depend. But first of all, we have to develop these applications, right? After that, that will be there. We'll see them. We'll try to work on that. I'll see up to what extent it is feasible to implement them.
Okay, makes sense.
Okay,
Thank you.
because the thing is, you know that, right? These are going to be all of them. Does not come up to now. We are habituated by using the free softwares and all these things, but this does not comes at a free of cost. So how much money you are going to? Anyhow, we have to pay some money to OpenAI. OpenAI, we have to pay $5 or something. We have to pay. So depending on that, we'll see up to what extent it is possible. We'll see the implementations.
Sure. Yeah. Thank
Okay,
you.
fine. Right.
Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, audible. Yes.
Yeah, so just wanted to know, like, to do all the lab exercises, like, what exactly the machine specification requirement actually?
We don't require any that much higher level. See, nowadays computers are they are not completely like a the base models or that's with the basic configuration. So generally, i5 system is sufficient. Nowadays, everyone is using 13th generation, 12th generation. That is sufficient. We don't need to buy any GPU based machines. If you are, that's why sometimes if you require any GPUs, we use as the Google Colab. Google Colab will give you a free GPU, one GPU usage. We can do that. So no need to worry about configuration. In the case if your configuration is less, you can take the help of the Google Colab. You can take it. So which will provide you a free resources only up to some extent. You can work with that. That is sufficient. No need to worry. But minimum configuration is sufficient. i5 processor, and it is going to be 16 GB, minimum 8 GB is recommended. If you have a 16 GB, it is a better.
And so, what exactly the certification actually someone can look for, like, after completion of this course actually?
Right now, we don't have any complete certifications. As of now, we don't have any such kind of an certification completely. But maybe in future you may get it. But right now, we don't have any such kind of an a complete certification like your Java or Microsoft. We don't have any such kind of a certifications on this.
And one question with respect to yesterday's session actually, and during that one particular example, you have shown that by using one particular pre-trained model, like in order to recognize that gender. So we saw that like for some cases actually it was showing the correct result, for some actually it is not.
Yes,
So,
yes.
so in that case, since we will not be like handling the model part actually, so how exactly we can overcome such
No,
situation?
actually, the first thing is that is not a pre-trained model.
Okay,
It is
okay,
I trained with some images. See, what will
okay,
happen
okay.
here is whenever the images are like, see, whenever the face is a straight face was there, it can detect. See, in some cases it goes wrong. Why it will goes wrong is, for example, take a small kids, you take it. For example, for small kids, generally, as a human, you will also get confused, right? Looking at the face. Machines also 100% they are not accurate, right? Machines also they may be 90% or 95%, they may be accurate. Beyond that, they cannot work right. So up to some extent, they also try to work, but whatever the models we have been trained, whatever the images we have been trained, depends on that. And one more thing is depends on the whatever the images we have used for training. So let us say that I used these kind of an images. For example, if you can see, I'll just show you. These are the images which I have used for our my training purpose. I have used these images. So if you see, these are going to be the images which I have used for my training. There are 24,000 images are there. So different race, different gender means males and females, different ages and all these things, a lot of things are there. So depending on that, sometimes depending on the face and all these things, see I've shown you even a male with a long hair also the model is predicting correctly as a male. Even with a female with a short hair also predicting correctly as a female. One or two images are going wrong. Out of 10 images, maybe two images are going wrong, but 80% of images it is predicting correctly, right? And that too, it is not a pre-trained model. It is my trained model. With that images, I have trained the model. Okay.
Yeah, Vamshi, are
So,
you
Yeah,
planning
yeah,
to train the
thanks.
model?
yeah. One second. Can you repeat it? Yeah, I missed your words.
No, I mean, are you trying to train the new model, taking the any small model and you are trying to,
Where here?
yeah,
In
yeah,
your
in this
generative
model.
AI.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
generative AI, we don't use that. As I said that no, even if you train it also, it will not be
Hmm.
that much accurate. We'll do some examples, but a large corpus is required, mainly for large language models. A very large corpus of data is going to be required. With this particular basic data, we cannot train it. We require very huge volume of the corpus of data is required. High computing machines are going to be required. That's why we don't train it from the scratch. I'll show you if you want. I'll show you with a neural network. I'll show you
No,
one
no, no.
LLM
I'm
model.
talking about from not from the scratch, Vamshi. Using like LoRa, QLoRa, that
Yeah,
kind of
yeah. We are going to do that. We are going to
in
do
the
it.
part of EFT. Yeah.
Yes, yes, we do it. So there are two ways are there. One is going to be some pre-trained models will be there. We can take it and we'll give our own data and we'll train them. That is nothing
And what is the time? Is this
but
time
what
is
we're
the
going to call it as
switch
tuning
or
of the
like
particular models we are going to do.
All right.
Yeah, the
So
time will
is
be
the like a fixed time or like can you